2025 Business Rally. We're super excited to have you here. I will be your MC this evening. My name is Eric Juarez. I am the past NAHREP Dallas president, so I'm super excited to be here with you and celebrating. I'm trying to retire, but they won't let me. They keep saying come back. So as you see, there's several of us here throughout the evening that we're trying to retire, but they keep bringing us back. But we're super excited to be here in front of all of you guys. We love being here with all of you and learning and educating. And just for a show of hands, who knows what happened yesterday with our associations? The merger got approved, ladies and gentlemen. So Metrotech and CCL are now going to be one association, which means we are now going to be the third largest association in the nation. Third largest, that is huge. So super excited for us. So what does that mean for you? Cheaper views, which we're happy with that. I'm happy about that. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to start off by introducing my comrade, Benjamin Campos, who will be giving an introduction, so thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, familia. Thank you for being here today. And a special thank you for those who traveled to be with us today. My name is Benjamin Campos, and I'm honored to welcome you to the 2025 NAHREP Dallas Business Rally, where some of the most driven, forward-thinking professionals in real estate have gathered under one roof. Whether you're a seasoned realtor, top-performing lender, a broker, or someone looking to level up in this ever-evolving industry, you're in the right place. The real estate market is shifting faster than ever. Technology is changing how we connect with buyers and sellers. Data is driving smarter decisions, and consumer expectations are higher than they have ever been. But with great change comes great opportunity, and that's what this event is about. We have a strong lineup for you today. Our event will cover the NAHREP 10, intentional networking, and the impact of AI in our industry. We have a fireside chat with Jerry Asensio, NAHREP 2012 National Past President, a top 250 panel, and a briefing on the 2024 State of Hispanic Home Ownership Report. We'll break for lunch, recognize our local top 250 agents, and dive into a lively panel of old school versus new school. And again, we will wrap up the day with keynote speaker Jerry Asensio, NAHREP's 2012 National Past President. Let's not forget our mission. Our mission is to advance sustainable Hispanic home ownership. You know, my journey with NAHREP started 13 years ago when I heard the 2012 National President speak at an event just like this. He inspired me to get involved, attend events, and connect with amazing people. Since then, I've watched so many grow into powerful leaders and take their business to the next level. Today, I'm honored to serve on the board, and he is back with us again. I hope he inspires you like he did me, so stick around. You don't want to miss it. Again, welcome. Let today be more than just an event. Let it be the spark of your next big move. The relationships you build here, the insights you gain, and the mindset you leave with can be the edge that sets you apart. Let's make this day a full of value, connection, and forward momentum. Now, let's get started.
Thank you, Benjamin. So up next, I wanted to bring up our event sponsor, Alan Strickland with All Western Mortgage. Please make your way up the stage. Super excited to have him. So please, ladies and gentlemen, give him a big round of applause. We're super excited. We couldn't do it without our sponsor, so thank you so much, Alan.
Good morning, good morning.
Yep, morning.
Just have a few minutes, so I'm going to introduce myself and my team real quick. My name is Alan Strickland. I'm a mortgage originator with All Western Mortgage. This is Pamela Swoboda. Her and I are co-managers of a couple of branches, and Brenda Sanchez is our lending assistant / processor. We office in Weatherford, just a few miles other side of Fort Worth, and we're super excited to be here today. Super excited to get involved with NAHREP. We have a presentation here in a few minutes, and we're going to talk about a product that's right up your guys' alley. It's going to blow your mind. It's a phenomenal product. It's going to help all of us close a lot more deals and make a lot more money. So you're going to want to hear it. So we, like I said, we just appreciate the opportunity to be the sponsor here, to be invited today, and we look forward to mingling with everyone. If we haven't met you yet, we will. And real quick, before I forget, there's an item over here. There's a slushy machine for you non-drinkers. For you realtors and you lenders, it's a margarita machine. Because we need that, right? So please drop your business card in the bowl to be registered. We'll draw at the end of the event. We do need your business card in there though. So please, it's a slushy machine, margarita machine, several things.
Hey, and another leader, I forgot, who are y'all with? Who are you with? Cross country. Actually, we're raffling them off later out there. So if we're lucky, go put your card in there and you can make this slushy for
Right.
I believe. I'm just saying.
Make us all. Yeah.
Yeah, make us all look. And I just want to let Brenda talk a little bit. Go ahead.
Hola, yo soy Brenda Sánchez, soy la presentadora de préstamos para All Western. Soy la principal que se comunica con los clientes. Gracias.
I have no clue.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you, everybody. Again, thank you to all of our sponsors, because we couldn't put up great events like this without your help. So thank you to every single one of you. And we love having you here. We love having your continuous support. So up next, we're going to have our NAHREP 10 certified trainers coming up here and discussing the NAHREP 10 initiative. So we have Joe Velasquez with Bank of America, and then we have the great Patricia Lana with Merrill Lynch. So thank you so much. Please give them a big round of applause.
Come back to stage. Eric, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it. Eric, want to say everybody?
Eric.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you. So if you don't know what the NAHREP 10 is, this is the NAHREP 10 right here to our left. If you want more information, you can always go to our page, nahrep.org. We have this in PDF. We have this in multiple formats. So review it, talk to your family about it, and learn more about it, and really try and live by it. A lot of us within NAHREP, we live by it, we follow it. So please look at it if you have any more information. So up next, we want to talk about intentional networking. So I'm going to go on the stage, our Vice President, Maritza Furlan, and our guest speaker as well, Faye Motori. Oh, I didn't butcher it, I'm sorry. So thank you so much for everybody, and we're super excited to have you here.
All right. Good morning, everybody. What is that energy? You guys got coffee?
Yes.
Hey, Eddie, let's give applause for Eddie. Great job. It's not easy. It's not easy. I promise. Yeah, this stage, you shake. So, speaking to shake, we have somebody's giving a song to us because Faye is very motivational, and she's like, let's do it.
I was gonna say, listen, I need this energy up here, okay? So
Get out, people. Get out.
1, 2, 3, scream NAHREP. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, cool. Listen, between both of us on the stage, we need to get some. Oh, yeah, you say that. You did say that. Okay. Perfect.
So, let's just.
Let's energize.
We are not each other. We are together. We need guys.
Listen, Italians alone, but Hispanics alone, right?
There you go. Okay, we have a great class in our and thank you so much for Thank you so much. And of course, with Patricia. Thank you so much. So, okay, let's go. Do you want to see it or you want to hear? Or
I'll see because the team are very nice, so why not?
so I'm very honored to be with you today, Faye. I know you are the founder of the Master Connector, and you building a high quality events and to the big level. So I just seeing you with the energy, following you, and seeing how much you are putting with these business owners and getting to the network, like to the, like I said, high level. How makes you, as a young generation, of course, you're beautiful, and that makes a lot of difference, and to attract a lot of attendees for those big events. I saw like one was like maybe 3,000, something like that. So let's share with us what makes you start this in life, and when? Because you're so young. So.
I guess, yeah. I mean, we can do a good job. But no, I mean, I think that one thing that I'm from Italy, by the way, born and raised overseas. I've been here for the last 11 years, and just a little bit about me. Like my background was in sales and marketing, right? So I was knocking on doors when I first got here. So you know that hustle. If anybody's done that, it's something. But I learned how to speak English doing that, so that was great. But yeah, so basically, while I was doing the real estate, I was working for builders for like 7 years, and after COVID, I kind of was able to have a little bit more freedom, you know, because you work with builders, you know, with offices and stuff, and you just can't go anywhere. And so after COVID and all the shortages of supplies, I was able to kind of get outside more and go to all these networking events. And me, like an immigrant self, I don't know anything. Nobody's teaching me anything. My parents, actually, my dad is here in the room. He came out here. So he actually came visiting from Italy, but otherwise everybody is on the other side of the ocean. So you know, nobody taught me anything, and so I realized that the quality of the room that I was getting into dictated the quality of knowledge, right, that I was able to attain, right. So just you know, the people that you surround yourself with is so important, and so I went on a quest, like, 'cause, you know, every room I was getting into, my brain was getting mind blown. I'm like, wait, what? Investing in what? 401k what? Like, wait, syndication? Wait, I can own this stuff with other people's money? I can invest, I mean, all this stuff. I'm like, how? This is crazy. And just also be inspired about, you know, all these other entrepreneurs that are really out there and doing really what they're passionate about. And so meanwhile, I was in the office and I'm like, dang it, I'm out there, you know, I need to go out there and see what's going on for me, you know? And so, took the leap, I guess, the big leap. So it's kind of, that's my corporate job, and it's kind of went out and started getting bigger and better rooms. And I realized that I was really fascinated by people. So I was just genuinely interested, you know, in figuring out how people got to where you're at. And so I think going into the room sometimes, like without the need of wanting something, right? So I mean, I understand everybody networking is important, right? You just kind of, you never know who you're going to meet. And I always say that you're one connection away from a completely different life. However, like going into, especially when you're starting out and you're really trying to absorb everything, like I became like a sponge, and I started to understand how the psychology of the people that I wanted to meet, how that works, where they go, where they, you know, where they go hang out. Because sometimes I'd be like at the Lincoln at the bar, and I meet some really great people like right next to me. So it doesn't have to be just around the networking events space, but I just became passionate about curating my own rooms, because I felt like I was building a really solid network, and I was like, you know what, like I always go to all these networking events. I'm like, I don't feel like the people that I know that they should meet, and they don't go to these events, or maybe like they maybe go to different type of events and they're never going to meet. So I'm like, but I know a lot of really awesome people that I think they should connect. So I'm like, why don't I just put them together and see what happens? And so that's kind of where it all started. So I started with Master Connector events. We've been growing a lot ever since. And so, and sometimes it's about
really positioning yourself correctly, right? So branding became a thing that just clicked for me, like understanding how to best positioning myself, my brand into these rooms, and honestly becoming like a magnet. So you start, when you're creating your rooms, you have the power of really attracting the business. You're building your authority, you're building your presence in the space. And so literally in my events, people come to me wanting to meet me and say what I do, right? Versus me having to go network, right? Which, so I truly became an advocate of really events being such a great way to build your brand, build a personal brand, first of all, because that's going to be long lasting no matter what you decide to do in life. It's, let's say real estate is not a thing anymore, you want to do something else, like the personal brand is going to be there, right? And so just becoming your own brand and also, curating good spaces where people are able to connect, and that's kind of what became my passion. And so now I coach and I help people with their personal brand and their brands, as well as, providing spaces and stages for them to be able to showcase what they do.
So what will be two things you will recommend to prepare ourselves when we go in the room?
When you go to the room, yeah. First of all, clarity. I feel like a lot of people don't go into the room with understanding exactly who they're looking to meet. Because sometimes when you have so many people, like there's no way that I can meet all of you guys today. Like it just doesn't, like I can probably have 5 solid conversations that, let's say, interest me enough to, or interest each other, whatever, enough to move forward. But other than that, like you gotta be really intentional understanding exactly who you look for. So whether it's, like for me now, it became strategic partnerships, right? So because I'm working on some big projects right now and, big brands and stuff like that. So positioning myself in rooms where I knew that like if I need to find that person that does this, or that has that level of network, or maybe brands or companies or banks, they want to be involved with stuff that I'm doing. So I'm like, I know who I need to meet, right? So kind of knowing before you walk into a room, my goal is to find this many prospects or this many partnerships, because a lot of business can come between you guys as well, besides just the one, like the buyer, that's what's so important, like what you guys are building here, because collaboration is key.
Exactly. So you already identified who you want to talk today, right?
You'll see me.
So you were talking with the behind the scene about your new project. That will kind of help for us. Can you share a little bit about?
Yes. So because of the level of rooms that I personally am interested in going into and what I'm looking to create, we ended up, so we're going to have the Master Connector events continue to kind of be the flow for everything that we do, but we launched a new brand called Access. So Access is going to be a platform where, people are going to be able to still attend. We're going to do very private and exclusive experiences and events. We actually have one that we're hosting next week, and we're doing a yacht mastermind. So it's going to be very exclusive, limited, because again, I believe the big rooms are great, but when you use the big rooms to then create a smaller rooms, that's where the power is, because you're going to have more powerful conversations then. So I'm besides the big Master Connector events, I'm focusing more on the smaller events, the private dinners, the more elite networking, and so between just experiences, but also production. So if you guys are interested in any sort of event production or branding production, that's something that we're launching a production company.
And what about as real estate agents or investors here, space, like you say, for international? What is the 2 keys for that?
International
networking. Yes.
Yeah. So
like when companies telling you, hey, let's go to Spain, let's go to an event there.
That's what I'm working on. I think it all comes to personal brand, y'all. Because when you start really building a personal presence online, and I like to believe, I like to use my personality in what I do. So even with that promote events, I try to kind of bring some fame, because I'm like, might as well. You can't be anybody else by yourself. So I think building that presence online, and obviously opportunities come to you. I'm a big believer of the law of attraction. Everything that you think and you believe in your heart, it literally is going to start manifesting into your existence. So if you're really
like truly believe that the opportunity that there is outside of the U.S., which there is a ton of opportunities. I'm currently working with somebody, you know, in the Mexico area for developments and stuff like that. So it's just really, again, strategic. Go look for it or reach out. You know, I think the good old send a DM, send a personal message, you know, and open up the opportunity.
Okay, so I'm a customer today, and we are now in Dallas, and I would like to have 500 attendees for the next event.
Okay.
Or between 500 to 1,000. What would you do for my event? And let's do now, because somebody is going to record you what you do for me. Because I want to be sure. I want to know what you do. We are real estate business. Industry. And I want to call mortgage, I want to call insurance, home warranty, I want to call, I can apply to real estate.
So you want to do
and somebody's going to record, pretend like you're doing the marketing for us today. We're going to expose, so who can record her? So send me yourself. So I want to hire you because I want 500 attendees to 1,000 for my next event.
So do you, just to clarify, am I selling or am I promoting my event?
Yes.
Okay, so not my services, but I'm promoting your event. Okay, cool. All right.
Go ahead.
It's on.
1, 2.
All right. What's going on, people? This is Faye. I'm here with the NAHREP Dallas. And listen, this is the best room that you want to be in if you're a real estate agent because collaboration is key. And listen, I'm Italian, I'm loud. But Spanish, like the Spanish people, they're louder. You want to see? Turn around. So, now the call to action, baby. Okay, so now if you want to feel this energy, you gotta be in the room next time. Make sure you not miss the next NAHREP event because you're gonna find some amazing people, but best, you're gonna find your next business partner for the next deals. Let's go. See you next time.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for your support.
Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you. Another big round of applause. You can just feel that energy sometimes. So that's what we need you to have, that energy when you're recording your videos, when you're out there educating with the community. You need to have that energy as well. So keep them at it. So next up, we're going to be discussing AI strategies. So who uses AI right now in their sphere? A few of you, we see a few sprinkles out there. Well, who I have coming up, she's an AI queen. She is an expert at AI. She has so many bots. She always mentions all these things. I'm not sure if you have her on social media or not. If not, you need to add her. So next up, I have Natalie Contreras, who's going to be speaking on AI and what she's doing to help work her business. So please pay attention and take some notes because some of this stuff we think we're going to remember, but then we go back and we say, what was that again? I do that all the time. Trust me. That's where we always have to look back at recording, take back our notes, and review what we're doing. So please get in. Help me welcome Natalie Contreras.
All right, so who here is just getting started with AI? Raise your hands. Okay. Who here has been using it for the past couple of years? Yeah? Okay. So we got a lot of people. Say that again? Oh man, we're about to go deep. So make sure you have your notes out, have your phone out, connect to the Wi-Fi so you can get some of the resources that we're going to give you. Let's see, let's make sure we get the slides up here. Good, guys? All right, sweet. So we're going to be talking about a deep dive into AI. So let me get a quick poll of here. How many realtors do I have in the room? Okay, about a third of the room. Lenders? Okay. Other? Okay, sweet. So I'm Natalie. I run an AI marketing company. So what that basically means is we build AI employees and install these systems into businesses just like yours. And these systems attract and nurture clients. And how's it going back there with the slides?
It's not on laptop.
Okay, good. Okay, sweet. So I'll tell you guys a little bit of a backstory of how I got started with this. So I started in real estate actually back in 2019. I dropped out of school, went straight into becoming a wholesaler, and that's how I recognized a couple of people in the room. I was in NAHREP, I was super engaged with all of this, and whenever interest rates hit, I decided to get out of the real estate game. But my entire network was real estate. So what was I gonna do, right? I didn't wanna just start from scratch. I wanted to leverage the network I had already built. And so I started a marketing agency helping real estate investors grow their brand on social media. We built a team of 14 people. We were helping them grow, monetize their social media, get clients, raise money. But I didn't want a team of 14. That's not why I got into business. I wanted freedom. And whenever AI started coming out and getting popular in 2023, I decided to basically burn my business to the ground and rebuild it. So I literally got rid of half of my team, went to 14 to 7, and started building AI employees to do everything for me. And that's what we're gonna talk about today. So one quick question, do I have a clicker if possible? Okay, so I'll just go like thumbs up and then that'll be the cue. Okay, sweet. Thank you guys for rolling with the punches here. So that's a little bit of a backstory of what we're doing. So we transitioned from having a big team to a smaller team by building out super employees that are running the business. Now, a lot of things that you see about AI is all about, you need to download these 20 tools. That's gonna be $20 per subscription and gonna cost you a lot more money and time because then you have to learn how to use them. So what we're gonna be doing is a little bit different. We're not talking about 20 tools. We're gonna be talking about how to find the top 3 tools that you need to help you supercharge your business. So this starts with identifying your bottlenecks. So if you have a pen and paper, write down a few things that are things you just don't like doing in your business or that you would like to offload. Maybe you're struggling to find a virtual assistant to do it because they don't have the experience or the expertise. Go ahead and write those down. We're gonna come back to these later. Once we identify these bottlenecks, then we're gonna figure out how AI can solve them. But let me ask you a few questions first. True or false? Raise your hand if you think it's true. The average business follows up with a lead 2 times. True or false? Hands in the air if you think it's true. 1. Okay, it's actually false. The average business only follows up with a lead 1.3 times. That's bad. That's bad. It takes around 7 to 11 touch points for a lead or a prospect to actually become a client. So how much business are we losing up on because we're not having a system to follow up with leads every single day for us? Next question. Educational content is the best kind of content to get you clients. Raise your hand if you think that's true. Yeah? 2 over here. Who's posting educational content right now? Okay, we got a few people. Who's not posting content at all? Be honest, it's okay. Okay, cool. This is false, and let me tell you why. Who here, my realtors, my lenders, is sending out market research updates? Here's what they're building in Frisco. Here's what they're doing in Addison. We get these all the time, and they're all the same. The information doesn't change. What would this look like if the data or the content that you're sending out starts to look different? What this would look like is, imagine you're telling us, or imagine that you are a lender. And instead of sending your monthly market updates, you're gonna send a story about this immigrant that came to you who wants to build generational wealth, but has never done this before. They have cash under their mattress. They don't know what to do. They're not getting approved for any loans because they can't back their money up. And they decide to come to you. You were the last person they had to before they were going to lose all hope. And you were the one that found them the solution. And that was 6 months ago. And now they just collected their first mailbox money in their mailbox. That is an impactful story. That's what's going to get people to that next level to want to work with you. Hey team. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna learn how to use AI to tell these powerful stories without you having to spend 12 to 15 hours a week creating content, being in front of the camera. We're all avoiding it. We don't want to post and record content. I don't want to do it. I want AI to help me with this process. So that's gonna be the goal, is let's build our own AI super employee. One of the first things that we want the super employee to do is we want to make sure that it's trained specifically on you and your business. I don't care what the other realtors are doing in Dallas County if I'm a realtor in Frisco that's working with a specific niche of people and who has a specific set of case studies. I want it trained on me and my stories and the clients I've worked with. I want it to know my business, and I want it to work without me needing to be there 24/7 or constantly being on the clock. So there's two types of AI employees that we're going to want to decide if we want to build them. The first one is going to be our board of directors. This is going to be for big ideas, strategy, consulting. I have one that's trained as my life coach. It knows my 1 year, my 3 year, and my 5 year goals. And I have a conversation with this thing like it's a human being every single week. I mean, you'll catch me at Addison Square drinking a glass of wine, looking like a crazy person, talking to my phone and arguing with it a little bit. I'm being serious. The second type is going to be the assistant. So this is going to be the specific tasks, daily execution. Do you want it to do just a napkin underwriting of a deal? Just put the numbers into it. Do you want it to send out a quick follow-up email? Just put it into there. So the difference between these is one of them is going to be a partner that you're going to talk to about strategy. The other one is going to be something that just does tasks for you. So how do you build one? First thing you're going to do is upload the context. Second thing is assign the tasks. And the third thing is you're going to train and refine it over time. And don't worry, I am going to show you the exact tools you're going to use to be able to build these out for yourself. The first tool is going to be ChatGPT. That's going to be the most popular tool that most people are getting started with AI. So this is what we use for high-level ideas. It's our board of directors. So with ChatGPT, this is what you call a AI model. There's a lot of AI models. You might have heard of Grok if you're on Twitter. You might have heard of Perplexity, which is for research. They all have their strengths and weaknesses. And I'm going to point some of these out to you and why we only use these top 3. So ChatGPT is great for high-level ideas. It's great at strategy. What's also great about it is I can share everything that I build with you, with my team members, with my clients. Has anybody heard of custom GPTs before or built one? We got a few people. Some people are maybe familiar with it. So a custom GPT is going to be, imagine this is your robot, and you put your brain into your robot. And now it has all of the context on everything about you and your business. And so what we just did is we looked back at the other slide and we figured out how do we build this? Context, train, build, and refine. So an example of this would be whenever I built my board of directors. I started out with an offer bot. What this helps people do is stand out from everybody else out there. If you say, I help first-time home buyers purchase their first home. Boring, next. You're like the 10th person I heard say that. What makes you different from everybody else? Why would I want to work with you? Are you having a hard time figuring out what that is? Talk to the offer bot, and it's going to help you find a unique market positioning. Sales bot. We trained this on over probably 100 to 200 sales conversations that we've recorded over the past 18 months. And so this is trained on any possible objections, questions, anything that we've ever experienced on a sales call, this sales bot is trained on. So now neither I or somebody on my team can use this bot whenever they're on a call. And what's cool is that it will literally connect to your calls now. So if I'm on a call, let's say a Zoom, and somebody's asking me an objection, and I don't know how to figure it out or how to address it, I can just type it into the sales bot and it'll tell me what to say based on what other people have said and how I manage that. So it's a huge cheat code. The last one I have is my business bot, which I mentioned before. This is going to be the one where I just go to for advice. Hey, I have this idea, I have this strategy, what are your thoughts? Does this align with my long-term goals or not? These are the board of directors I use every single day, and I'm also able to share them with everybody else. So an example of how the context actually looks like. Remember, we did context, train, build, and refine. You remember that? Everybody got those notes? It's going to be super important moving forward. I'll give you an example. Who here has read $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi, or has heard of Alex Hormozi before? So this guy built and sold a $100 million business. So he probably knows a little something that I could learn from. What we did is we downloaded that full book, and we used that to train our offer bot. So you could now download basically any book that you have read or that you feel like has really impacted you in your business, and you can train a bot on that. And it's almost like having a Tony Robbins in your back pocket. You could download Tony Robbins' book and create a bot around that, right? You can basically have any mentor right there. Another thing we trained it on was 100 top performing offers. So these are offers that our clients have launched that have done very well. And it also is aligned with positioning strategy. So this is what allows you to figure out the positioning that makes you stand out in the crowd and make you the authority in your space. So the offer bot isn't going to be some general ChatGPT that's going to sound like everything else. It's going to be specifically trained to do these specific set of tasks because it has that data to back it up. Now, like we mentioned, clients use this for market positioning. If you want to try this out, feel free to access the offer bot. You'll get access to it. You'll be able to have a conversation. It's actually going to ask you questions. It's going to ask, what is your business? What do you want to do? What are you struggling with? Who is your target audience? And it's going to answer all of these questions for you, put it into a quick package, and you'll be able to use this to start creating some marketing material in the future. Good? Perfect. Now, the key advantage with these custom GPTs, these AI super employees, is that we can share them with everyone. So, for instance, we have a client who we've worked with financial services, brokers, realtors, almost everybody in the real estate space, and we have created blueprints for each of these. So for instance, for a realtor, we've created a blueprint on how to create a custom GPT, and now we just add in their own offer or their own unique positioning in the market, and we upload it, and now they can share this to clients. So especially whenever you're working with a lot of older people, they might be scared to ask questions. They want to build generational wealth. They want to accomplish getting their first house or whatever it is, but maybe they don't even know what questions to ask. They just need somebody to hear out their situation, but maybe you're on a call, maybe you're out of town, maybe your team doesn't have the exact knowledge you have. You can give them the custom GPT, your AI brain, and it's going to answer those questions for them. And then it'll spark up the conversation. The second tool we're going to use is going to be Claude. And so this one is perfect for creating marketing material. I actually don't really create any content with ChatGPT. And the reason being is because it uses those little M dashes that give a dead giveaway that you're writing with AI. Whenever people see content that they feel like is AI, they usually don't engage with it. So we're doing a workaround with that by using Claude. So Claude is going to help you sound like a human being, like you actually wrote the post. It's a master at writing the content. And the reason being is because you don't have to tell it to make these changes. You can still upload your context, who you are, what your business does, train it on yourself, and it's naturally going to pick up on your language. The only downside is that this is only for internal use. So any of the tools that you build in Claude, I can't share them with you. I can't share them with you. They're only for me. So that is the upside of the ChatGPT, is that I can share them with other people. I can start selling them or giving them away. So those are the two differences. For your internal tools, use Claude to write any content or emails. So we built something pretty cool with this as well. So you might have seen those Facebook posts where it's words with the background on the back. Maybe it's like a red background, and it leaves comments as well. So we were able to take a story. For instance, last year I was traveling. I lived in around 10 different countries, and so I needed to build a system that was going to constantly be building my personal brand for me while I was out doing little adventures. And the way that I wanted to do this is by incorporating the stories and the experiences I was having and telling them across multiple different channels. So I was able to just put a quick brain dump onto the Claude. It was going to turn it into an email. It turned it into a Facebook post for me, and then it turned it into a LinkedIn post. But this is also trained on the formats for each of these posts. So it's not going to be general. It's trained on thousands of high-performing formats and templates. So it just goes in the back end, goes into its little brain, finds a template that aligns with it, and writes it for me. Because we all know that there's different formats for each platform that work the best. I don't want to just post something that's not going to work on LinkedIn, because my goal is to get clients, not just to be consistent. The third tool is going to be GenSpark. So this is going to be the super agent. So this is insane. Everybody needs this tool. These are the only 3 tools that we're going to need: ChatGPT, Claude, and GenSpark. GenSpark is a super agent, and what that basically means is it has multiple different functionalities that it's going to be able to do for you. For instance, it's going to have slideshows, it's going to have research, chatbot, multi-language models. I'll explain what that means in just a moment. But the key difference between the super employees that we talked about at the beginning and the super agents. Super employees are trained on you and your business. Super agents goes out and does the tasks for me. So if I needed to go to Zillow, get to this number, get that number and do XYZ thing, and then take that and write an email, it'll do all of that research and collection for me. It is a very, very powerful tool. Now, it's basically connecting all of these different tools together. So it'll create the slideshows, spreadsheets. It'll even create podcasts for you. So I can tell it, hey, notify me whenever Forbes creates a article about real estate in XYZ 123. Put in whatever keywords. Without even, having to initiate it, it's going to get all of the Forbes articles, have the keywords that I put into there. It's going to take them, put them into the spreadsheet, and create a podcast for you with the voice. And so now I can just take that and send it to my email list. Hey, here's the updates on what's happening in the real estate space. And here's how this relates to my story. Now it starts connecting together. What it's also going to do is it has image generation and video generation. So this is going to avoid you having to sign up for all of these different subscriptions. It's going to replace that. You can get all of your image generation, AI images, video images, through this tool as well. And it's just as good, if not better. If you're using Perplexity, this replaces it. It's much stronger, and I want to show you an example of my favorite feature of this, which is going to be the mixed response model. So who here is using like 1 or 2 different AI models? Raise your hand. Okay, we have a couple people in here. Great. Those are $20, maybe $30 a subscription. This is going to replace that. So you'll see whenever I type in a message, it's going to have a pop-up asking me what model do I want to use? Or do I want to use all of them? Sounds good. It'll get the responses from all the models, do the research, get the best outcomes, and return that to you. Or if I want to get it from Claude or ChatGPT or Gemini, I can pick that as well. Very, very good. The only downside is this doesn't have a memory. So we're using these tools to support each other, such as 3 different employees holding each other up. Now, how to actually implement this. In the beginning, we talked about writing down your bottlenecks. What is the biggest time fixer or time waster? Let's fix that with one of the tools that we just mentioned. Number 2, we're going to add research. So what this looks like is I would recommend doing maybe a 30-minute video or recording about you and your business, case studies, clients you've worked with, so it has that context. And number 3, upload it into the tools. Now, I know that's a lot of information. It's a very high-level view. Tonight and every Thursday, we do a training on the AI models or AI tools, resources, frameworks that we're using for our business and what projects we're working on. So, for instance, we're working with a brokerage building an AI receptionist right now. So we'll show you the behind the scenes of how we're doing that, why we're doing that, what problem it's going to solve. What an AI receptionist is it is basically going to be the front desk lady. It's going to answer the call and redirect the call while sounding like a human being. So this lady has actually a British voice. So it's like, hello, how can I help you? I need to talk to Lindsay. Okay, here's Lindsay. Then I'll call Lindsay up. And so for that client, that's replacing a $40,000 a year job for like $50 a month. That's a big difference. So feel free to go to leadsandrevenue.com/weekly-training or just scan the QR code. Go join the community. There's going to be a free Facebook group, and we're going to be doing Thursday events. Feel free to come with questions, tools, or anything that you're stuck on. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Natalie. Great content, so much great information there. Some of it might have gone over my head, so I think I have to sign up for that class tonight. So don't be surprised if you see my name popping up already in there. So next up, I want to invite our current president, VP Bingham, to the stage. He has a great session coming up for you, but I'm going to let him do the introduction for this great speaker, because I feel like only he can bring it.
So coming from San Fernando Valley, California, past president, Mr. Jerry Asensio Sr.
Gracias.
Man, it's a pleasure. Pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
From here.
So, let's take a seat. Let's get comfortable. We have a few minutes to engage with the crowd, engage with one another. And before we get started, that's a slight introduction. He doesn't know I'm going to do this. I'm going to read some of his accomplishments. And excuse me, I have to put on my readers for this one. All right. Broker owner of San Fernando Valley Mission Real Estate since 1993. 2012 national president of NAHREP. He was the founding president of the San Fernando and Santa Clarita chapter. Chairman of the Hispanic Wealth Project. That brings us to NAHREP 12. The board of directors for the Southland Regional Association of Realtors, an arbitrator, ethics advocate, the board of directors for the National Community of Stabilization and Trust. He's essential in tripling Latino household wealth in America. Author of the theatrical product 53 Million and One by By the age of 21, a multi-million-dollar producer in the real estate space, and recognized as one of the best and most charismatic speakers, not in NAHREP, but in all of real estate, Mr. Jerry Asensio Sr.
Well, let me get some context. Let me put some context in front of here. Buenas tardes, Dallas. So let me just say, I am the story of the guy that came here as an undocumented immigrant at 6 months old, born in Michoacán, Mexico, raised in the San Fernando Valley in poverty, in pobreza. I lived in an apartment, I lived in a trailer, we lived with relatives in a guest house, in what today you would call an ADU or a granny flat. I mean, everything. And didn't experience home ownership until my adult years. And I'm very proud to say, and this is what's in it for you, because I want to speak to you where you are today. Going from that level to then waking up one day and telling my wife, honey, you and I are worth more than a couple of $1 million. And I need to go out and tell my story. And she would say, Jerry, I'm not comfortable with you, going up on stage and saying it. I said, no, hold up here. It's not to impress them. It's to impress upon them that if this immigrant did it in America with the opportunities that we all have, then guess what? They can do it too. Give it up for that. Claro. Yeah. That's what's in it for you. So look at it from that context. Wherever your business finds you, whatever words, whatever nuggets, as I was telling Joe Velasquez last night, I can deliver to you with humility and with respect. They're to share with you my own life experience. Having gone from absolute poverty to a very comfortable life. I'm very, very, very grateful for that. The guy upstairs is taking care of me. I know that success leaves clues, and I know that that's right now what Ben wants to throw at you.
Absolutely. So you started out, you gave us a little bit about yourself, and we appreciate that because now we can apply it in our lives and see what we can do to benefit ourselves. So we're going to ask a few questions, have a conversation. We won't go by the exact rules of what I sent you, but let's talk a little bit. How would you define mindset in terms of business success in real estate?
So mindset for me is the set of the sale. One of my original mentors, Mr. Jim Rohn, anybody know Jim Rohn? R-O-H-N. Incredible business philosopher, an incredible person, big thoughts, etc. I got to meet him personally 3 times before he passed inside of a 30-year span. The mindset is the set of the sale. The mindset has the destination and the goal before you leave your current location. The mindset is the GPS. Before a GPS can work for you, first thing that you need to know is what? There are two things. Number one, where you are, and number two, where you are going. That's mindset. That's mindset. So in here, what mindset did you come in with? Did you come in with the mindset that I'm going to get through this business rally? Or did you come in with the mindset of I'm going to get from this business rally? Did you come in with the mindset when the person speaking of AI, let me get through this presentation with her? Or did you come in saying, no, let me get from this presentation. Let me start taking pictures. Let me start writing notes. Let me start thinking of how I can replace and bring down my costs of my employees and my business to thereby increase my bottom line. So for me, Ben, when you talk about mindset, it is the set of the sail. It's what you get up with every morning. It's the energy that you're going to put into it. It's looking at the glass and saying, is that glass 50% inside? Is it half full or is it half empty? That's mindset. And that mindset, by the way, is a choice that you make every day when you get out of bed.
And I was...
Thank you. You can clap it up for that. By the way, this is interactive, so we're going to break the rules, as Ben said. So if you'd like something, shout it out. You want to show some love with an applause, do it. Whatever you want to do. This is your presentation. We are here for you.
Absolutely. And I know he's not just talking because when young Natalie was talking, I don't know, I think Natalie is less than 25. You've been in the business for a long time, but she said something that resonated with you and you were like, and you took notes.
Yeah.
So that means we can learn from anybody. So question for you, a pivotal moment in your life that changed your mindset.
Pivotal moment in my life that changed my mindset. When I looked around and I saw what my family was doing, we were all blue-collar workers. My dad, he had a great job. He was the only one that had a great job. He worked for General Motors. Anybody heard of that small company? Okay. He would make those Trans Ams, those C-28s, and put them up onto the train and then ship them all over the United States. He was in the plant. He was there doing the grind, etc. But as talented and as hardworking as my dad ever was, he was the person that I knew that earned the most money, that made the most money in our entire circle. And he was making $32,000, $33,000 a year. And I looked at that and said, is this as good as it gets in America? That my dad is going to do blood, sweat, and tears right on the assembly line for General Motors, and all he's going to get for 40 hours of labor is $30,000 a year? And that's when I said, I'm going to break the mold. I'm going to come into real estate, even though we had no idea what real estate was about. I had never, slept in my own bedroom. We had never owned a property ever. We were tenants. We were renters. We were all that kind of stuff. And I plunged in both feet forward. And the very first year, I broke 6 figures, over $100,000, the first year in real estate. Yes, it's possible. It's possible.
What barriers do you see that people block themselves with when it comes to mindset?
When I think about barriers, I think about self-imposed barriers. The self-imposed barriers. Why? Because in life there is only one constant, and that is change. It's change. And I have to stop back and think, and that was part of what I wanted to share toward the end, but I'll share with you now how things are changing. Just think about communication devices. Anybody remember here the old times, the payphones had to carry a bunch of quarters in your pocket? This dates you. Now, maybe it wasn't Natalie. Natalie, you didn't use the payphones, the 25 cents. But you look for this little square, and you jump into this little box. You'd put a couple quarters in, and you would dial the number out. And then came the day where you were breaking free, independent. What did you carry? What did you put on your hip? You guys remember that?
Pager.
A pager, a beeper. And then we got all fancy and started using little code words, and you put the numbers upside down and all kinds of stuff. And then from there, we ended up going to what? You guys remember what came next? The car phone. And so you'd be rolling down Van Nuys Boulevard on your car with a little fancy antenna over at the top. You'd be looking real cool. And remember, the original 2 companies in my area were AirTouch and LA Cellular. And I remember that those minutes were outrageously expensive. But You would walk down, I would drive down, San Fernando Road, grabbing my phone, even if I had no minutes, and I'd be looking, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? And then dialing and stuff like that. From there, remember the brick? From the car, we went to the brick. From the brick, we went to the flip phone. And from the flip phone, we went to where we run life today out of a smartphone. Lisa, you know what I'm talking about. This is what's in the room. And just this morning, when we left our original location with AT, he for 1 minute thought he had forgotten his phone. You would think that there was loss of life or something. Stop. No, wait a minute, AT. Well, what's wrong? You're having a convulsion. You're going to assault. I think I forgot my phone. And it was an absolute emergency. Grade 10, So, no, he finally found it. Ooh. And then the call came back. Think about that. Think about going from the payphone to the smartphone. Think of all those different changes. And how are you doing in real estate? Are you still the dinosaur? Are you still the one with the corners looking for the little box where Superman goes in and comes out flying with a cape? If that's where you are in your business, you got to change that. That's why you come to these type of events. That's why these kind of opportunities are the ones to inspire you that make you say, hey, wait a minute, Ben, that speaker you brought, that AI thing, it made sense. I had heard it before, but this time it clicked and the lights went on.
Absolutely. Y'all see why we brought him in? Y'all feel the energy? So, what daily or weekly practices do you employ to make sure you keep that good, energetic mindset?
Here's my best piece of advice. Guard your mind. Guard your mind. You are at the forefront of your mind, and whatever thoughts you let in. Who was the speaker that spoke about the law of attraction? Now, the law of attraction is very real. It is very real. Whatever you focus on grows. Whatever you focus on, you attract. So what is my discipline? My discipline is in the morning, last thing I do I wake up and turn on the morning news? Do you think I wake up and turn on the morning news?
No.
No! Because it is terrible. It is terrible. It is negative. It'll put you into a downward spiral. Be careful what you feed your mind in the morning. Particularly that morning when you're waking up, andas medio lagañoso, you had a long night, too many drinks with Joe Velasquez and that kind of thing, and you're getting, no, Joe, you don't even drink. Listen, you were Benjamin Campos, he's a drinker, okay? You think about that. You get up in the morning, you're kind of vulnerable. What do you feed your mind at that time? Guard your mind, guys. Guard your mind. Because whatever you allow to come into your mind will become your reality. Whatever you focus on will be amplified. Whatever you desire is what you're going to attract into your life. So what is that? Be careful about that. Be intentional about that. Listen, what voices are you listening to? There are a million voices out there pleading for attention. Some make a lot of noise, very controversial, and you're hooked on it. But you know what? That's just donuts. That's donuts. If you want something with substance, if you want something with protein, if you want something with nutrition for your mind, be careful and select what you let into your mind.
Now,
Yeah, you can get up. Come on, get up. No shame in that. You guys are clapping in. You got to get mind.
so how many of you all get a yes every time you try to introduce business to a new partner? All righty. So there are a lot of non-yeses out there. How do you process rejection?
Great question. That takes me back to the late 1980s when I was sitting in my office at Century 21 Dollar Realty. That was my original office. And no business was coming in. I had some people coming in, they were transacting business and no business for me. So I spoke to my broker and I said, Mr. Broker, how do I get business? He said, it's very simple, Jerry. Let me give you the secret. He took out a photocopy of a watered-down fax of a flyer that was almost paper-thin and very hard to read. He said, take this right across the street to the printers, make 100 copies, and go out and knock on every door and say, hi, my name is Jerry. So Century 21 Dollar Realty, do you want to sell or buy a piece of property today? And I went out there. I got chased by dogs. I got rejection like you have no idea. I had doors slammed in my face. But one of the things I remember the most is going there, and there was this lady, hello, hi, good morning, my name's Jerry Sencio, here I am, all excited, and so on and so forth. She didn't say much, so I continued. So I spoke out there, for 5 minutes until I realized, ma'am, oh, gee, I hope nobody's looking. She had closed the door on me a long time ago. I was out there speaking to myself. It was one of those metal screen doors where you can't see in, but they can see out. And I never heard that door close. And I just quietly got in. I'm like, okay, Mom, that was a sad day. So you just have to dust yourself off and get up and fight another day. And with that same little flyer, in that same neighborhood, I knocked on the corner of the property on Eustis and Drumfield. Knocked on the door, boom, 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 and the gentleman came out. Very, very intimidating for me. What do you mean? Oh, Don Jerry says it, and I did my whole speech. I said, do you think of anybody who's thinking about buying and selling? What do you need to sell? Get in here. Jeez. And that's how I took my very first divorce listing. They were in foreclosure, very strong situations. There was domestic violence. There was a lot of stuff. Matter of fact, when we made it to the closing table, here you guys call it the closing table. For us, it's escrow. There was a dispute, and the husband and wife got into a big brawl right outside my real estate office. This is reality. This is real estate. You have to develop thick skin and know to not take things personally. Because that person that closes the door and rejects you doesn't know you. So how would they be able to reject Jerry if they don't know Jerry? Man, if you really knew Jerry, you'd fall in love with me all over again. Come on, man. There's a lot to love here. But if you don't know me, you can easily reject me. So I just have to deflect that and say, well, that's not about me. And by the way, if you're angry or you're trying to, superimpose on me or whatever, that's probably an issue inside you, not one inside me. So be careful when you go out there. Protect your heart, put some armor around it, develop some thick skin, and keep knocking those doors. Yeah, thank you. And by the way, I love sound effects. That gets me going. So.
Now, we're going to see who's listening. He mentioned two things that are connected to mindset. What were they? Where we are and where we're going. So how does clear vision and ambitious goals contribute to having an elevated mindset?
Elevated mindset, I would say the main ingredient is passion. Passion. I grew up as a tenant. I didn't know what it was to have a fireplace in the living room. There are no fireplaces in those apartments, by the way. Anybody rented an apartment before? Little 2-bedroom, second story, etc. No fireplaces in there. No chimneys. So I was thinking as a kid, how does Santa come down to this place, There's no chimney flute. How am I going to get the gifts, So you have to think about that. But what are you passionate about? One thing I was passionate about, I saw very similar to what Joe Velasquez shared. My parents, taught us, fear of God, be honest, and respeto para el derecho ajeno, hard work ethic, just spoke about all those things. But we didn't talk about wealth. We didn't speak about money. We didn't speak about the things on the very first panel, savings and investments. My dad always told me, you have to work hard for money. But he never took it to the next level where he says, you have to have your money work hard for you. That's a different level. And that's what I would say would fuel my passion. And that's when I, came across NAHREP, which changed my life and made me think huge opportunities. And I've seen how it's changed many other lives. I can give you Tanya Root. Anybody know Tanya Root? Tanya Root advised one of my favorite people in real estate. I met her when she was somebody not as huge, not this big giant executive inside, Real estate, etc. Big successes. You are one introduction away from an opportunity that can change your life. And this organization, it is transformation. This is the one that does it. That's why we jump in a plane and go to San Diego. That's why we jump in a plane and fly out to Washington, D.C. That's why I jumped in a plane to come here to Dallas, Texas to share my story. to tell you it's possible. And it's possible for you. It's possible for you. You think, was he speaking to me then? The answer is, yes, I'm speaking to you. Yes, I'm speaking to you. And you will get out of this NAHREP relationship in direct proportion what you put in it. So if your passion is there, if your heart is there, if you have the heart of a servant, if you have the heart of somebody that is willing to, shine somebody's shoes, when there being nothing in it for you, it will all come back to you in the form of blessings and success. Yeah, give it up for that. Yeah. There's some people that.
So we're in a quote-unquote bad market. How does mindset help you to thrive rather than just survive or bounce back when you get these rejections because of the market?
So I'd say this. When people say we're in a bad market, I turn around and say, well, wait a minute. Is the glass half empty or is the glass half full? Some of the biggest times I look at my career, I've been doing this for almost 40 years, some of my best years have been in a bad market, in a down market, in a changing market. Now, is it challenging? Oh yeah. But when I saw the theme to your event today, Ben, in terms of changing obstacles to opportunities, in terms of elevating mindset, I said, hey, I want to be there. I want to be there and share and say, my life is a testimony that you will make it through this. You will definitely make it through this. Not only to survive, but you can thrive. Why? We don't sell cheap commodities. We sell a necessity. Remember, for human beings, the two biggest necessities, what's number one? What's number one? Anybody know? Food. Food. Number one is food. Number two is? Shelter. Is there anybody in the real estate business? Make some noise. Your position about number two. We don't sell, beaded bracelets or other kind of weird stuff, the glow-in-the-dark lipstick and things that are not necessities. We sell the necessities. And the consumers out there, they need you. They need you more today than at any other time in history. But if they see you quiver, if they see you shake, if they see you unsecure, if they see you scared of this market, are they going to move forward? No. Because you're going to transmit that energy, that insecurity to the consumer on the other side of the desk. So that's all about mindset. So make sure that when you show up in a big way, nice and confident, get up a little earlier, go around, take a jog, get some energy going, and then go in there and give it your all. Yeah. I like that.
So if you would, talk to us a little bit about having a client-centric and a team lead mindset.
My original broker, Mr. Joe Alexander at Park Regency, which is actually where my success started really escalating and where I made my first $100,000 in net income in my pocket in the late 80s, when the price point was $80,000 to about $100,000 in my market. I just drove through University Park. And I was looking at the properties there, 2 million, 4 million, 10 million, 14 million. My goodness. I thought we had expensive homes in Beverly Hills and Brentwood and all that, Calabasas and where the Kardashians live and all that. But you guys have just the same right here, right up the street. Anyway, he told me back in the 80s, he said, never let the client smell your commission breath. And I said, what? Are you talking about my bad breath? No, don't ever let them smell your commission breath. If they smell that everything that's coming out of your mouth is because you are chasing a commission, you're in the wrong business. Make it client-centric. Make it people-centric. Make it their needs-centric. They don't care about your needs. Let's be honest here. Your clients do not care about your needs. They don't care that you have a mortgage. They don't care that you have dreams. They don't care that you want to drive your car. They don't care that you don't have enough to invest. They don't care that you're still working for money and not having money work for you. They don't care about that. What do they care about? What do they care about, Dallas? Themselves. They care about themselves. So don't focus on anything else. Anything else you focus on when I walk in, and thank you, by the way, Ben, for that beautiful introduction, beautiful biography, I do not walk in and say, hi, I'm Jerry Sincere, I'm in this and that. And I'm the multi-million dollar, so I'm looking at my fancy ring and look at my beautiful Rolex. And by the way, this is the ranch where I live in. And no, they don't care about that. And they know, well, these are my levels of success, these are how many homes I've sold. No. Track record and results you can humbly share, market share you can humbly share, but think about it from their perspective. Because all consumers listen to only one radio station, and that is what? WIIFM. What's in it? For me. Not for you guys, for them. So if you come from that consumer-centric type of focus, you will not go wrong, and you will not get out of the park, and you will do great things in a changing market.
All right. Now, we talked about your accomplishments. I know what NAHREP and the Hispanic Wealth Project means to you. And everybody who's not a member, I want you to listen. What has NAHREP meant for your business and growth and development and the mentors that you've gotten along the way?
NAHREP is the platform. NAHREP is the familia. You see, everywhere else I go, I turn around, people didn't look like me. They weren't brown like me. They didn't roll their R's like me. So I had to find a place where I would fit and say, wait a minute, these people look like me. They sound like me. They're kind of like what I'm in my trajectory. I can identify with these people. You remember the rooms that the networker was talking about? Getting in the right rooms? Okay. NAHREP is the right room. Yeah, NAHREP Dallas is the right room. Give it up for that. NAHREP Dallas is the right room. But then you go up higher. NAHREP Washington is the right room. NAHREP San Diego is the right room. The bigger the room, the bigger the people. The bigger the people, the bigger the opportunity. The bigger the growth that you will see. That's what NAHREP has done. NAHREP took me from being a local backyard realtor to a national fame. And now anywhere in the nation that I want to do business with, I just pick up the phone, find my NAHREP counterparts in that particular part of the country, and I'm one phone call away to a big fat 25-30% referral check that comes right back to me without me ever having done anything other than giving somebody a phone name and number. You talk about checks in the mail, those checks in the mail, and they are large, those are the ones that really make your day.
We're going to do 3 questions. We have time for 2 questions. Any questions for Mr. Sincere?
Quiet.
Lisa speaks.
Hi, Lisa.
No, I don't necessarily have a question, but I do want to mention that Jerry's amazing, as you can all see. But this past weekend, I was going through my garage, cleaning my garage, and found my notes, right? Notes from NAHREP Leadership Academy 10 years ago. And that book was filled with notes from Jerry Asensio and Mark Demas.
Yep.
So I went through those notes and I'm like, oh my God, like back then I was in survival mode and NAHREP changed me to be in success mode, right? It changed my thinking, but it was from listening to people willing to share, like you, Jerry, and Mark Demas, and I had notes from Daisy, and it's amazing. I'm like, oh my God, I need to frame this. So thank you so much. I love it. And y'all, see y'all in San Diego. Y'all come. Y'all are going to hear more from Jerry.
Show Lisa some love. That's fantastic. Thank you. Benjamin Campos, thank you for your testimony earlier that I came up in your comments and everything. This is what we do. This is how we pay it forward. This is how we share. There's no amount of money that somebody can pay me to come and deliver a keynote speech. I keep it all in the familia so that I can shift this thing and find the Benjamin Camposes and find, the Lisas and find the Maritsas with the amazing story, going from, clocking in people's grocery receipts to now successful realtor. Give it up for her. As she did a fantastic job on that interview. This is the type of transformational change, opportunity, and growth that you will see in this, which I call my organization. Why is it my organization? Because it's just as much mine as it is Joe Velázquez, as it is AT's, as it is all of yours. Somos familia.
I'm gonna promise this. And he doesn't, I don't even know if you remember, but I was in my first year of NAHREP. I was with Eloy and I was with Eric and with AT, and I was feeling a little unsure if me being Negrito was a detraction from the NAHREP. No, I'm serious. And whether I should move forward in roles. And Eloy and Eric and AT and Mr. Asensio invited me up to his suite in Miami. And he had a talk with me and says, if you believe, if you support, you're in the right place. And that's why I've always loved you when I saw you. And that's why I wanted to invite you here today.
Good, Paul, thank you. What a way to close it out, huh? Tremendous leader. Let's give it up for Red Paul. Awesome. Easy. In the house. Arriba Michoacán, claro. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ben. Thank you so much, Jerry. So amazing panel, great testimony. We love having it up on there. So next up, we heard what was the key to his success, but we also want to hear what is the key to success for other people. So we're going to invite the NAHREP Top 250. If you don't know what the NAHREP Top 250 is every year we make a survey and we go out there and say, hey, show us your numbers, show us how much you produce, so we can recognize you across the nation. So this Top 250 award isn't just a local poll to see how you do. No, it's a national poll. So these top 250 people are the top 250 individuals in the entire NAHREP organization across the country. And that's an amazing achievement because only 250 people, and I don't even know how many numbers we actually pull from or how many people we surveyed, but that's a very impressive feature. So we want to invite first up our moderator, Laura Suarez. Laura Suarez, and then our panelist is A.T. Almeida, Joel Benson, and Christine Levy. So give these people a round of applause, and again, keep taking notes and learn from them.
Acomódense. Bien. Awesome. All right, guys. So let's show some love to our panels today. We have Joella Benson, Attila, and Christine DeVivo. We have 2 real estate agents and a loan officer. And I want to start kind of by saying that when we kind of understand what the market is doing and we read that there's a lot of agents and real estate professionals that are leaving this industry, we can appreciate the people that really are still here. You guys are still here, people are thriving in this market, and we're gonna learn from them today what it really takes to kind of make a shift in your business. We talked about mindset, and we're just gonna keep the party going and see what these guys can share with us. And we hope that you can take away something. One thing is all you need to really change your business today. So we're gonna start with Christine. Yes, Christine. Christine is a heavy hitter, guys. If you haven't done business with Christine, you probably will. She's been in the business for a while. She's a heavy listing agent. And so, Christine, I want to start with you by kind of talking about what is your one strategy. We know that listings is, the name of the game. We want to stay relevant in this industry. What is your one strategy that helps you get listings over other agents?
Okay, so I think there are 3 main points when I'm going in. Preparation. I see people go into listing appointments, they don't have any kind of presentation prepared, whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend, whether it's a referral. I still give them that same service and that same type of presentation that I would give somebody that I don't know. Why, right? I tell them, the same way I treat other people, you're gonna get that same type of service from me, because I have seen many, many times where they are working with a family member and then all of a sudden someone posts that my family member is no longer working with me, that they close with a different agent. Because what are you providing them? They expect that same service and that same value. So presentation, make it professional. I go with a whole book, market stats, and then I also pull up my laptop. I like to compare what is currently on the market. I know what you think your home is worth. We all think our home's worth $5 billion, but to bring them back to earth, be realistic, be respectful, be professional, but show them this is what's available. This is how long it's been on the market. So I'm giving them a piece of paper, but then I'm also walking them through what I'm seeing. I'm not pulling numbers out of a hat. I'm giving them true numbers to where there's no way they can come back to me and say, well, that's invalid, because no, you have it right here. This is the information. Now, the other thing that I think is really important is the information that we provide them and the credentials. So I've gone to lots of listing appointments, even buyer consultations. What are you going to do? What's different from you? You know, what am I getting different from you from other agents? This agent said they'll list my house for 1%, for 2%. That's great and all, but what kind of strategy, what kind of marketing plan are they providing you? Who are you dealing with? We all Google and Yelp when we're going to go eat at some place, when we're going to try a hotel. Why do we do that? We want to know what to expect. We want a next level of service. So I pull up Google on my computer and I say, okay, when you type in my name, these are all my surveys. I have 5 stars online that I've worked very hard on that and my reputation. So who else have you interviewed? Let's pull up, let's just Google their name and see if they even come up. And 99% of the time they don't. Not to be ugly, but it is what it is. We are working towards a goal. We're giving them information and we're providing them value as to why they should pay you what they're going to pay you. And in a hard, difficult market, how are you going to sell the home that somebody else could not?
That's wonderful. That's excellent. And we see that there's a lot of listings now that are becoming expired, and that all really stems from an agent somewhere along the line giving them false expectations.
Yes.
And so if you are not checking your MLS real estate agents on the daily and going in there and calling those expireds, you are missing a big bulk of business that is already out there. Thank you, Christine. So Attila, we're going to move on to you, and we're going to talk a little bit about how you went from an undocumented immigrant, our Brazilian cowboy here, from being on the board of NAHREP, president of NAHREP, and now in the top 250 for all of the agents nationwide. So tell us a little bit about how you got there. What was your main key item, if you could share with someone what that was?
Thank you, Laura. Good morning, everybody. It's been an amazing event. But first, before I jump in there, if I'm in top 250, it's a great achievement. But I could not get there if it wasn't for the people that are really behind supporting what I do and what I push into, which is my Coldwell Banker family. So a big shout out to the Coldwell Banker family. And that, Laura, like being undocumented to where I got today has to do with the mindset. Before I was an undocumented immigrant, my mindset was about survival mode. So I had to go from survival mode to purpose mode. So when on the survival mode, everything was working hard, staying low-key, quiet, not drawing attention. And then I had to stop thinking small and thinking that I belong in rooms that once was off limits. To stop asking myself, how do I survive? And start asking myself, how do I live? That mindset of purpose, not fear, was what changed everything for me.
That's very true. And I'll tell you that AT is, he does a lot of cross-selling. If anyone is an amazing networker, it's going to be AT. I think that anyone that meets him knows who he is, knows what he does for a living, and he does a lot of business. Like Jerry mentioned, the power of networking. And AT is really, really good at that. Okay, so Joella is a loan officer, by the way, with Town Square Mortgage, and she's been in the business for a very, very long time. We've worked together for many years, and she's amazing. She's developed a big team and all the things. So, Joella, tell us a little bit about what you think. We're going to just jump into, as a real estate agent, how much or how little should an agent be doing to support a transaction nowadays? They're getting a little bit harder. They're getting a little bit, more creative. And so, as a real estate agent, What can someone do to make a transaction go smoother without doing, your job?
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
I think that one of the things that an agent should do, is this really loud?
That's good.
Okay. Is understand the process. We don't want you guys to be involved, that's our job, but if you understand the process, you make it easier on us, for sure. So having a basic understanding and then trust the people that you're working with. I promise you guys, most loan officers in here are going to cringe when I say this, but we kind of want you to stay out of it. we do. Obviously, if we need your help, we'll let you know, but that's our job to do, is to get the files to the closing table. So trusting the people that you work with and trusting that they're going to get it to the table, that you're getting the right amount of information. Sometimes we don't want you to know all the details because we don't want you guys freaking out. Let us do that, right? But understanding the process, trusting the people that you work with, and making sure that that trust that you have in that lender is passed on to the consumer, right? If you trust the lender, the consumer will also trust the lender, and things seem to go much smoother and faster and easier for everybody, I feel like, when that's there.
Well, and you're making a very valid point, but let's pretend that do we have any new loan officers in our room? Anyone that's been in the business maybe 5 years or less? Good. All right. So let's pretend that we are going to be working with a loan officer for the first time, right? They're out here, they're trying to get the business, and we've connected, and I want to give him a deal, him or her. And we don't trust that person yet, right? We don't really know how they work, and they don't know how we work. Any tip that you can give someone? What should you be asking for, and what kind of timeline?
I would say understand and know their support system, because like AT said, nothing that we do alone, right? Especially in mortgage, we have to have the right underwriting team and processing and assistance and whatever. So if you don't necessarily trust the loan officer just yet, and I mean, we all started somewhere, right? Laura gave me a shot 25 years ago when I started. So we all started somewhere, but I think that she trusted the team behind me, and that's really, really important. And then the other aspect of it is you don't have to have a lot of experience always, but you have to have that grit, that hustle, that desire to get it done. That like, I'm not going to give up. I'll find a way to do it. Even if I have to send it somewhere else, even if I have to do whatever I need to do, I'm going to get this loan done for you. I feel like the loan officer needs to, I guess, have that mindset. You guys are talking a lot about mindset, and I think if you have that, you can probably get even somebody brand new to be somebody that you can work with.
Good. Okay. Chrissy, this question is for you. The market is shifting. Things are happening. We're not going to say it's getting better, it's getting worse, right? But we definitely have to pivot and do something a little different. What would you say in a market like this is ideal for a real estate professional to start doing or stop doing so that they can continue generating business?
Okay, so I like that you bring this up because it's a huge thing. We see it on the news, we see it everywhere, it's on social media, the market's changing, the rates are high, and people are feeling concerned, not as many buyers or what have you, but I feel like whatever you've been doing to get to the point that you are, you just keep doing the same things that work for you, but on a different level, right? So it's harder, you work harder. You get out there more. With any kind of market shift, the business, the stock market, every market, it's up and down constantly. But the non-changing factor is you. You have to be consistent in your business. You have to take it to the next level. You have to get more resources, especially with like listings and contacting other brokers and sending out email campaigns. I'm using Constant Contact, which has been I've been getting really good feedback from. And then we also do like constant campaigns, online presence, social media, and then just reaching out to past clients and staying within my sphere. Plus, we do yearly events for all of our clients to bring them back, see what they're feeling, see what's going on in their lives. Not be the talker always. Let them talk. If you let them talk, you will get so many more leads and information that you had no idea when they're telling me, my cousin has a house, he's having trouble, there you go. There's a lead that you didn't even know about, but they don't know to bring that to you. You have to ask the right questions.
That's absolutely true. There's something that I learned from another meeting that I came to here at NAHREP, and it's basically you are one conversation away from changing the trajectory of your business. You never know. Everyone in this room had a conversation to get into this business with someone who said you should do this or get into that. So you never know who you're going to be, who's going to be your next client. Talking about scaling your business, AT, because you have a team. And so let's talk a little bit about when you're ready to scale and what are the I guess, what's my word? The things that you know, right? That it's time for you to scale. It's time for you to maybe do something and grow and be bigger. What are the things that someone needs to be looking for to scale? And what are some myths that you've had to overcome with that?
Yes, that's a great question, Laura, because when I first started real estate, I always thought that I had to control everything. I had to control every conversation, every decision, every transaction. Like, that was like the business. Until that actually burned me out fast. It will burn anybody here fast. You need a structure. You need a team. And to get to that, so you need to start focusing in lead generation and all that, and first build a structure and then building a team. And then when you have all that structure, and then you can you load yourself with leads and things like that. Because scaling, building a business is not just about doing more yourself. It's about building something that's going to work even that you're not in the room. And that is the real goal. And hire the right people that have the right mentality, that serving the people they serve, that talks similar to the same language of business that you're talking. Because you need to build, like if you think of building a team, first you got to think, okay, how long I'm going to be spending time with this team? Because at the end of the day, you might be spending more time with the team than actually with your family. So they're going to become your second family.
Mm-hmm.
Treat like that. Treat every client relationship into a professional partnership, a professional relationship, because that's how you position yourself into scaling your business and be more successful. And don't be afraid to fail. There's no way that we can talk about success without talking about failure. So be afraid to fail. And then you're going to be able to talk a lot about success.
Absolutely. Done is better than perfect. Just get it done. We'll figure it out along the way, right? So talking about some changes in market trends and things, Joella, tell us a little bit about any trends that agents need to be looking for in the mortgage industry. What's changing? What's happening? What is something that agents need to be involved in?
So the biggest thing is obviously we went over is AI, right? It's becoming clearer and clearer that it's going to do more and more and more. I think a lot of people are concerned about it taking over our jobs. I don't think we're there yet, maybe someday. But technology and AI is the biggest, fastest changing thing that we all have to deal with in every industry, not just mortgage. But as you know, the financial sector is one of the biggest ones that AI is going to affect. Hopefully, I think if it's embraced and if it's done correctly, there are obviously some concerns about ethical stuff with AI. But I think if it's done correctly, I think it'll be something that will help us all gain some of our time back, make things more efficient, make things faster, make things easier. So that's definitely the one thing that I would tell you guys that everybody needs to be on top of. I think the presentation today was really, really good.
Yep. Absolutely. So this question is for everyone. I want you guys to give our audience today, if you had to start over in your business, obviously you've been in the business for a while now, but let's pretend that you're out and you're going back in as a brand new agent in today's market. If there's one thing that you had to do to build your business, what would it be? Christine, we'll start with you.
I mean, the biggest thing would be, for me, I mean, it's the same thing from when I started my business, was working my sphere, who I know, and not being afraid to get in their face about it, because I think people are very shy. Well, I already did one post today, so I don't want to be reaching out to these people too much, Well, if you don't, they forget. Regardless, I've been in front of them 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. I definitely go by the rule of thumb 7 times minimum. My first client ever in the business was somebody that I had worked with at my prior career, somewhere I had been 8 years. And he told me, although you have not been in the business a long time, I know your work ethic. I know you're a perfectionist. I know that you're in it for the right reasons, which success comes later. If you are focused on client experience and honesty, integrity, taking care of your clients, everything else is gonna come. Success will come because they trust you. It's a relationship built type of business. So I think the biggest thing is just reaching out to people, and whether it be online presence, whether it be a phone call, postcards, I do sold cards, just listed cards. I mean, you just have to touch all bases until you can narrow it down to what's actually working for you.
AT?
I think today I will join the team before I can even, I won't even look about the brokerage. I look about the team. Because I can think, by the time of a broker, you just one more agent and he's looking at for revenue of that. But for the team, the success of the team depends on your success. The team will share their failures, their struggles, and everything they have to do and able to get to that point. And it's more intimate. They treat you like a family. You become family, part of another family. And if I would give advice for someone that's starting real estate, join the team. Don't be ashamed of learning from them while you can still produce. You fast forward your career a lot faster than if you just get in a business by yourself. It's my share.
Nice. Joella? Yeah, that's good.
I'm gonna tell you guys a funny story about this guy. I'm on his call list, and he's got like a lot of people calling for him, and they call me like once a month. I'm always so impressed because I'm like, oh, it's 18 people calling me if I want to sell my house. So I'm always really, really impressed with his reach. But I would definitely say that if I know now, or if I do then what I know now, and I started right now, I would start with reach. Online social media reach is incredible. It's unbelievable the way that someone can look online, even if they're not that, right? But you can look however you want online, and that's not always a good thing. But if you want to get out there and start, you need to touch as many people as you can. And for me, at least lately, social media has been huge. I wish I would have invested more time and money earlier in my career into social media. Even like Google. I mean, I never thought, I heard all the time, be on Google, be on Google, be on Google. I probably get like 1 call a week from Google. It's not a ton, but it's still, a substantial amount of business. So absolutely 110%, be out there and use the internet. And whatever
Social media. Social media is big, guys. Who on here is on social media? When I say social media, I'm not talking about you have a page. Who is active on social media? Who is posting more than 3 times a day on their social media? Who's posting more than 5 times a day? Christine is. 5 times a day. I will tell you that if you talk to any of the coaches and mentors out there in this business, can you guess how many times you need to be posting? Until you get 100,000 followers, how many times should you be posting on your page? Whether it's Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, and you guys know those platforms are all very different in nature, okay? TikTok is going out to people who don't know you. Instagram is going to your followers, which is people that already know you. How many times do you think you should be posting? Give me some answers. 25 times a day. 25 times a day. So if you're not selling $100,000 worth of real estate, go post. It's absolutely free, and you will get there.
And it doesn't have to be like real estate related.
No, it does not.
You can post about yourself, something funny that happened, something aesthetic, whatever. And if, believe it or not, people will know you're in the business, and when the time comes, they'll call you.
Yeah. They're going to know you're in the business because they're going to click on your profile page, and then you're going to see that you're an amazing person in the industry, and then, they're going to follow and all the good things. So please, let's give it up for our panelists. Gracias. Muchas gracias por compartir. We have a Peruvian, a Brazilian, Christine, Mexicana?
Yes.
Mexicana. So if these guys can do it, you guys can do it. We appreciate you guys so much. There's a book that I just read. I want to share. Any readers in the house? Readers are leaders. Okay. This book is called Procrastinate on Purpose. I'm going to suggest this book. It's so good. It really allows you to framework your business to see what you need to optimize, what you need to get rid of, what you need to automate, what you need to delegate. Whatever's left over, that's on you. Right? All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Noah. You're amazing, great moderator, great panel, amazing discussion, a lot to learn, a lot to continue growing. As we know, we want to have as many people on the NAHREP top 250. So when it starts coming out in next year, around January, February, please submit your numbers, because what we want to do is we want to have the majority of our top 250 list be people from Dallas, from the DFW. So please submit your numbers, because we want to have you on this panel, we want to be able to recognize you, and we want to be able to have bigger and greater events as well, and the only way to do that is for you to be successful. So we need you to be successful, so we as a chapter can grow and continue being success as well. So next, we actually have everybody's favorite part, lunch. Who wants lunch? So, what we're gonna do here real quick, we're gonna bring Faye up for a little bit real quick. We're gonna go over 2 slides that we missed on accident. Then after, we're gonna be breaking for lunch. But before we break for lunch, I wanna remind y'all, we still have one more panel coming up, which is the wisdom, traditional wisdom meets modern innovation. And then we have our guest speaker coming up as well and wrapping up the evening for us, Mr. Jerry Sentu, Sr. So let's welcome Faye up real quick, and that way we can discuss what we can discuss.
I'll take literally 2 minutes of your time because that lunch smells amazing. So I just wanted to, just since the computer was I just wanted to put a couple slides up real fast. So we're hosting this private mastermind next weekend. So if you guys are interested, it's a mastermind on a nice 56-feet yacht. So if you guys are interested, just follow me on Instagram. It's Faye Making Moves, and there should be a link coming up somewhere. But if you want to DM me the word NAHREP, I'll make sure to send you guys an invitation, okay? And also, I wanted to put a quick little QR code for a quick 15-20 minutes like brand strategy session if you guys are interested in kind of connecting and just kind of see if there is something that I can help you guys specifically with your business that you guys are struggling with or anything. I just want to make sure that I can be the most valuable to you guys. So whenever, say what? Okay, well, okay, that doesn't work. Never mind. Well, just go on Instagram or Faye Making Moves and just send me a DM, okay? And then I'll make sure to send you guys a personal invitation. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
Sponsors for today. So the person we want to thank for our meal today. I want to bring up Calvin Wong with Invest EXP commercial. He's going to come talk to you real quick, but he's a great person. So please give me a round of applause and welcome Calvin Wong.
Thank you, Eric. All right, keep on munching those delicious Mediterranean food. First of all, I want to thank NAHREP and all of you guys for a few minutes. My name is Calvin Wong. I'm with Invest EXP Commercial. So we are only halfway through the event, and man, we really got so much substance and nuggets to help everyone elevate the business, right? So the event today the theme is Elevate. So we have gone through the AI sessions. Jerry was sharing his wisdom, and I want to make sure I continue that momentum, right? Giving something for you guys to help elevate your business. So 2025, today, who is having a great year so far? Don't be shy, don't be humble, right? Who's having an okay year so far, but still have that, like, I still have a few months left, I can still catch up, hitting my goals, right? Okay, good. So, I've been doing commercial real estate for the last 20 years, buying and selling, and that's what I do. I don't know anything about residential other than fixing my leaking faucets in my house. That's so far that I know. But I wanted to kind of share with you how, because some of you guys are having a great year, good for you, some are having maybe having an okay year. But what if I can show you, by doing one trade, you have a great potential to make more money. Who wants that? Awesome. So all of you guys are helping your clients buying and selling houses or apartments or townhomes. But do you know that by asking this one questions, you can unlock an opportunity? What I meant by that is because you KYC, know your client. Because you guys helping them, you know what they do, right? Either they're doctors or business owners, entrepreneurs. But do you guys ever dig deep and ask this one question? Hey, is there anything I can help you on commercial side? So let's say if he's a doctor, if he or she's a doctor, do you guys ever go ask them hey, is there anything I'm expanding your practice? Is there anything I can help? Because by asking that one question, it can potentially change the dynamic, because if they say yes, now you have an opportunity to work on a commercial deal. But not by yourself, right? Because if you are not confident enough to do commercial deals, you can partner up with a commercial real estate broker. So every time I talk to a lot of real estate agents, oftentimes they're so focused on doing the residential deal, buying and selling, and at the closing table, and that's it. Giving them the closing gifts and part ways. But because you guys have a relationship with the client, right? Again, you already know what they do by just asking that one question. Hey, is there anything I can help you on your business? So I have been, I love paying referral fees. I've been for the last 20 years, I've been giving out a lot of referral fees to all my residential agents partners. But that alone, I think one of the biggest referral fee that I gave out is like $50,000. That's just the referral fee alone. So don't underestimate this question, right? Is there anything I can do, or is there anything I can help you on your business? Because sometimes, yes, if your client is not a business owner, they could be like a director of a company, right? Even they work for a company. They can get you to the door of the decision maker whether they're expanding their warehouse, buying a new office building, or expanding their operations. So just keep that in mind. So a lot of time, I also get asked a lot, hey, how do I get into commercial real estate? And anyone curious about commercial real estate? No? Okay. I do. Commercial real estate, to me, every day, I go to the office every single day, because that's how we conduct business. We have to do business development, we have to do cold calling, right? I'm sure all of you guys love cold calling. So commercial real estate, you really have to have the expertise, right? So I'm not saying you cannot do commercial deals, but to really help your client get the best, what is the best deal or the best opportunity, you have to have that skill sets, the know-how. That's when you need to partner with people until you can really master the skill sets. So by asking that one question, it will open up that opportunity for you. So I put out my Instagram handle up there. If you want to scan it and add me, so I do a lot of content on Instagram. on like how to do commercial deals, how to like, what to look out for if you are leasing, triple net leases and all that. So if you are curious about learning more about commercial real estate, make sure you follow me on my Instagram. I also have a YouTube channel called Capric Jedi. I have 10 videos that kind of show you from A to Z on how to find opportunities, to buy commercial properties, and what to look out for. So those, happy to connect with you. If you have any questions at all about commercial real estate, make sure you reach out to me. I focus a lot on industrial and shopping centers. As you all know, like warehouses are everywhere now. That's one of the top investment property sectors because everyone wants warehouses. Because guess what? Everything that you touch right now comes from a warehouse.
Apartment buildings or commercial?
So apartment buildings, I don't focus on apartment buildings because you find out like in commercial real estate, the brokers are usually specialized on one property sector. Usually they don't do like the cross property type in bigger markets because there's a lot of things, the knowledge into it. So that's why you look at a lot of commercial brokers, they are very specific. They either do apartments, or they do office, or they do retail shopping centers, or they do like warehouses and land. So, great question. But again, thank you so much for your time by listening to me. But again, just remember, the next time you are closing a deal with your client, you should ask that question. Is there anything I can help you on your business? Because that may potentially give you $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 worth of referral fees. So anyway, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you to Invest Commercial EXP for sponsoring. Thank you for all that. We really appreciate your help and your contribution. And also, they do have several other commercial units, so if you're looking to rent space, talk to them, and also even host an event. They can help you as well. They do have that event space available. I also want to bring up now our Government Affairs Director, Mario Valverde. So if you don't know, every year, NAHREP does a publication called the Hispanic Homeownership Report. And you might ask yourself, what is that? Well, Mario, our Government Affairs Director, he's amazing at what he does. He speaks to local officials. He's there every month, I think, at the courthouses as well, advocating for you and advocating for policies and learning about foreclosures as well. So if you have any questions about government affairs and what the Hispanic homeownership is, please direct that to Mario Valverde. So give me a round of applause for Mario.
Thank you so much, Eric. Thank you, everyone. Hello, everyone. This is Mario Valverde. I'm Government Affairs Director from Tower, Dallas. I just want to tell you a little bit about the 2024 State of Hispanic Homeownership. While you enjoy your lunch, your mole con pollo and arroz and maybe some tacos al carbón. No? No? ¿Y the rest? No? Enchiladas, sí. No, bueno. Next time, okay? So with this QR code, you can download the report for free. That's our favorite word for realtors, for free. This report draws on both public and private data to examine how Hispanic families are faring during the pursuit of homeownership. Trends, challenges, and opportunities are shaping the Latino home buyer today. And no, we did not ask ChatGPT to write this report. Okay? This is real people who are. Let's start with the good news. In 2024, Hispanic homeownership reached a record high of 9.8 million households now own a home, and Latinos made up 35% of total U.S. homeownership growth. However, this growth came alongside challenges. For the first time in decades, the Hispanic homeownership rate declined due to rapid household formation outpacing homeownership gains. This trend is fueled by young Latinos. Over 3,000 turning 18 every day. 3,000 every day, 18-year-olds out there. Latinos are not only younger, but also buying younger. Continue to drive population workforce growth, making up 97% of U.S. population growth last year. So the next time you see your 25-year-old nephew or niece just on the phone, taking selfies or something like that, hey, let's take them out, show them a house. Who knows, they might buy a house.
Despite this momentum, affordability remains the biggest hurdle. Home prices have jumped 47% since 2020. While inventory remains low, high interest rates, regulatory changes affecting aging compensation, and even the fear factor of political election, how the laws are going to change me. Oh, are they going to take my visa? Oh no, my citizenship. Don't tell your buyers, hey guys, come on, let's go see another house. They have one of the biggest appliances that you can have. So they can go ahead and put those huevitos ahí adentro and buy a house. Sin miedo, por favor. Yet, there are promising signs. Latino families are adapting. We're good at adapting. Relocating to more affordable markets like Texas. Oh yeah, for the third consecutive year, Texas has seen the largest net gain Hispanic resident. Texas, St. Louis, Pittsburgh, and Wichita are leveraging home builder incentives to offset costs. They are also embracing multi-generational living and co-government strategies to boost affordability. Entonces, sí se puede. That's what you gotta tell your buyers. Sí se puede. Sí se puede. Yep. Finally, we cannot ignore the role of immigration. Immigrants are essentials to housing, especially construction, where nearly a third of workforce are immigrants. To meet a housing demand, we need immigration policy that expands legal pathways and secure our future. In conclusion, this report isn't just that, it's a roadmap. It informs NAHREP's policy priorities, affordability, access to credits, best practices, and macroeconomic stability. Together, we can create an ecosystem where every qualified Latino who wants a home can own a home. I want to give a big thank you to Esmeralda Garcia with the Dallas County Election Departments. They have a good sign, exhibit table, you can register to vote. And we definitely need your vote. Make sure you stop at our table. This will also cover your number 7 on NAHREP 10. Be political savvy. Thank you so much and enjoy your lunch.
Amazing stuff, Mario. So great government affairs record. So if you have any questions about that, please talk to Mario. Our home ownership report is published every year, so you notice it says 2024 because you know we're in 2025 because the report goes over data that happened in 2024. So go look at it. If you have any questions on where to find it, go to NAHREP.org. All of our publications are out there, and that is great content. So if you're saying, well, Eric, I learned a lot today that I need to post, I don't know what to post. The home ownership report has so many statistics that you can post and you can talk about. So talk about it, use it, and just have it there at your house, lounging around, read it, get to know it. It's great information. So up next, I want to bring back up Alan Strickland with All Western Mortgage. He's going to talk to you about the program that he has. I know he teased it earlier, and you want to know how to make more money, and that's what we're here. This is a business strategy. We want to grow our business. So help you welcome Alan Strickland with All Western Mortgage. And please, we know who really wants it.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
The girl with the socks.
The girl with the socks, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how you remember us. It's Alan Strickland and the girl with the socks. So, yeah.
They're comfortable.
You're right. So we're going to take a few minutes to talk about a program that we have that we feel like is a game changer. I feel like it's a product that can help you guys as realtors, us as lenders. It can really help close a lot more deals, make a lot more money, and it's an earned equity program. And so when I say that, a lot of people ask us, well, what does that mean? Are we giving up equity? You know, how does this work? And so this is a program that helps ITN borrowers, it helps non-residents, it helps self-employed borrowers, it helps commission borrowers, W-2 employees, it helps anyone.
Anybody that owes back taxes.
Anybody that owes back taxes, right? So, you know, what our job as a lender is we try to find a product or a niche that kind of sets us apart, right? All lenders in here can offer your traditional financing, you know, your normal products. And so our job, we sat down and started trying to focus on a product that we could sell that maybe other lenders don't have. And so that's where this product came about. And if you'll kind of look at some of the overviews here, it's through an earned equity partner called Tule River Home Buyer. Tule River is an Indian tribe out of California. And they are FHA buyers, and they close tens of thousands of FHA deals a year. So we partnered with them, and what they do is they come in and they help your non-qualified buyers, right? Non-traditional qualified buyers. They help you to buy a home. If you're self-employed for 6 months on the business, right? Normally, you're not going to find financing.
You won't.
This will help you.
Hard money. Maybe.
Hard money, maybe. If you're new to the commission world and you've been W-2 before and now you're commission.
All of us out here struggling to be commission workers.
You can have 3 months on the job as commission income and get approved for this. If you're I-10, if you're a non-permanent resident, all of you know the government's changed. They changed the finance and changed the way it works. And I-10 borrowers, non-permanent residents, they're having a hard time, and they're looking for products. That's what this product is. Can we talk a little about? Just talk kind of the overview of the program costs and so forth.
Costs? There are fees that incur with this, okay? A lot more than you would go into a traditional type mortgage, but you're also helping somebody that can't get a traditional mortgage. So they do have their upfront fee is $1,200. $1,200. The biggest thing about their fee is they make them pay their first mortgage payment at closing, which in traditional mortgages you don't. You get to usually skip 30, 45 days before you make a first payment. The big difference in the Tule River deal is you do have to make your first payment. And the other difference besides your FHA, MI, you do have a monthly, I would call it a maintenance fee.
It's a maintenance fee.
Yeah, a maintenance fee that you pay to Tule River to keep the loan going during the process. So I would say it adds on anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000, depending on the house payment, because they're making their first house payment first. Wouldn't you say that's what they add?
Yeah, and keep in mind too, we failed to mention, this is an FHA product.
Yes.
So this only requires 3.5% down. This is not a 10, 20, 30% down product. And this is not a 10 or 12 or 15% interest rate. This is very competitive in the market. 3.5% down, interest rates 7.5%. It's a 40-year amortization. This is a product that a lot of buyers are now turning to because they couldn't qualify for traditional financing for whatever reason. Whether it's credit scores, whether it's
and we'll go below a 580 with an exception, but
yes.
they're norm, just like FHA is 580 credit score, they will allow, we have gotten done below a 580 credit score. So all of you out there, I want to ask you a question. How many have y'all turned down or had your mortgage lender turn down a customer for non-purchasing spouse's debt, tax, not being employed long enough? What else? There's so many for this program.
Yeah.
Okay, you know the scenario. How many of you had to turn, so your mortgage lender had to turn them down? I know everybody's had some, come on.
For various reasons.
Everybody's had a mortgage lender turn one of your customers down because they couldn't make the deal work. This program fits those people. This is a program we can get them to do now, okay? It's not a product we want to keep them forever.
Right.
So what we do is work simultaneously. If you got credit issues, we have an in-house credit repair guy that's free to our customers. So we'll set them up with that and work on getting their credit up to where we can. And if they do that, if they don't want to, it's an assumption into a regular FHA loan. So it's not hard, not any more out-of-pocket money. We can also refinance them into conventional at that time. If they got their credit up, they've got, whatever, and they've got enough equity, we can do conventional. It's a fabulous product. For those of you that let customers slip through your fingers because they couldn't get into a traditional mortgage, this is your new product, and we are your new lenders.
And just real quick before we end here, one thing I want to mention, when I say earned equity.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So the earned equity, the buyer of the home obtains 100% equity in the property when they assume the loan, when they sell the house, whatever they do, they obtain 100% equity. Tule River doesn't hold any equity back. And so it's more like, I would consider this like a ground lease. If you're familiar with kind of a ground lease, that's kind of how this works. And the buyer has 100% ownership in the property. They can do what they want to with the property. They sell it, whatever. They're going to obtain all equity. So
Their house purple.
they can paint their house purple, yeah, if that's what they want to do.
And they get to homestead it. It is considered
Yes.
they do get to homestead their own property, which is huge, because we all want to have that. But it is going to close into the river.
Yes.
But it is, they have a rider to the addendum to the deed
Correct.
that allows them to carry the homestead exemption and all the rights for that as it is.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and any appreciation as well. Equity that they've earned, that they've paid in, and appreciation that the house appreciates in 5 years. They get to keep everything.
Correct.
100% of everything. So it's a good program. So, good question, I love it, yes.
Is this something available in the state of Texas?
No, we were gonna say that.
Yeah,
All of the
so-
United States.
Yeah, all Western, we're licensed in 40, I believe it's 42 states. We offer this program throughout the country. Again, Tule River is out of California.
Yeah.
So they have other lenders that sell this product.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
and one thing I will mention, Tule River, it's Arrive Home is the name of the product.
Arrive.
Is a corporate national member for NAHREP nationally. So the Arrive Home and NAHREP, they are very much familiar with one another. So that's why we want to talk about this program real fast.
And I do want to say, if your lender can't do a deal, keep your preferred lenders. I'm not here to try to, steal you from anybody, but if they have a deal and they just can't get it done, call us. 'Cause I promise you, we don't just do EEP, we do every type of loan there's out there. So, that's all I got. Is that all you got?
That's it.
Yes. Hey, thank y'all for letting us come and see.
Where can I get some slippers like that?
Right? He's a target special, y'all. He's got a dog with a Santa cat. They were better than us in the letters, okay?
Thank y'all.
Thank you so much to All Western Mortgage, and I know that was a good question you asked, if it's only in Texas, because I know some products are only exclusively to certain regions, so that's great to know that we use it in multiple states, because you never know who might be in the audience. We might have a California realtor in the house. Everybody knows one, so we would refer it that way. And as we know, as Mario talked about, Texas is growing. We have a lot of people coming this way, and where are they coming from? California. So we have a good referral there, network set up. So make sure you network, you talk to people, get to know these products, because we want to problem solve. If your clients have a problem, it's your duty to solve it. And we're giving you options right now. So now we want to recognize and thank all of our sponsors that are here today, because we cannot do it without you. We say it all the time, but honestly, it's without your support and your help that we're doing this today.
And this is very much so the case. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort from the board of directors to get the content out to you that help you grow your businesses. But these venues cost money, and that's the fact of the matter. And so getting food for everyone costs money. So the efforts of our sponsors, we like to call them partners more so than sponsors, because we cannot do it without you, and we truly thank you. So take a look at the people back here and who help put this together. Reach out to them, do some business with them, help them grow, and let them recoup some of the funds that they use to help put this together for all of them.
So Texas Community Realty, PNC, Nexus, Bank of America, City Central Title, Goosehead Insurance, Supreme Lending, Allstate, Invest, EXP, Capital Funds, and All Western, Navy Federal Credit Union, Baltimore Real Estate, Access, Primo Title, Citibank, CITI, don't make the mistake I did by accident and started talking to CITY Bank. There are two Citibanks out there. Don't make my mistake. Superior Title, Texas, First Horizon Bank, Coldwell Banker, a huge supporter always. Prima Title, Realty of America. If you don't know about Realty of America, where does anybody know where it was launched at?
Yes,
it was not launched at our national conference. So if you want to know more about that, you should attend our national conferences, and we have Ben Campos who is already there. Realty One, Lene.
Great supporter, by the way. Here all the time, supports us very much, so we appreciate you.
So the home team, Realty with Cross Country Mortgage, Hometown Lending, always a great sponsor. Insta, who am I missing? Elite Livy. I got confused.
I'm gonna do a shameless plug. SPL, I'm partial to them and the Andrade group over there. So those are my people over there.
So big shout out to everybody out there that's here supporting in here, out there, and the people who couldn't make it. Because as we know, we try to put these together, but sometimes some people can't see forward, they have other business contributions that they have to do elsewhere. So big shout out to them. Daniel, our photographer, a great supporter as well. So we always love having her around. You take great pictures. So invite him to your functions. You might just actually show up with the camera.
And I assure you, he does more than take great pictures. Did we miss anybody's name? Because we definitely don't want to. So if we miss your name, raise your hand. So she's on the board. She's.
Who wants to shout out?
Shout out.
There we go.
So we really appreciate all of you all. That's really the purpose of all of this.
And now we really want to thank also our top 250 attendees. So as we know, and I mentioned earlier, top 250 is a distinguished award where we have people who submit their numbers and get verified as well. These are not awards that you pay, as we know that other publications might say, submit your numbers and pay this fee and you get recognized. I might have mentioned those publications locally, but this is not an award you can bribe your way or you verify it. You compete across the nation, which I think is the most distinguished thing you could say. And to get nominated for the top 250 is outstanding. So we have two sides. We have the mortgage and we have the real estate team.
And I want to say a piece, that being a part of that top 250, if you look at number 2 of the NAHREP 10, one of the goals is to be in the top 10% of your profession. Because being good is not good enough. So achieving this falls right in line with some of the principles that we teach in the NAHREP 10. And so we're going to read off some of the people who are in attendance or who could make it today that are in our local area.
So I want to start off with A.T. Almeida. A.T. He's on stage earlier. He's a Brazilian cowboy. We always see him with a cowboy hat, and he was a professional PBR as well.
She goes around Joanna Benson.
We also have a great moderator, Laura Suarez.
Imelda Andrade.
And we have Christine Domingo.
A former board member of ours, Yvette Guzman.
Always a strong supporter of Texas Mortgage Bank. And another former board member with Origin Bank is Marcy Pettis, who is the queen of Oakwood. You know Oakwood, you know Marcy.
Yeah. And so those are the people we wanted to represent. We get them all?
Joe Soto.
I'm sorry. Where is he? Is he still here? I'm sorry, I didn't even know he was.
He's getting food. We gotta bring him up here.
So we want to recognize the people once again for achieving that mission or that principle, and somebody that we can look to, learn from, communicate with, and help us grow our businesses as well. Thank you all.
So we have our panelists with traditional wisdom meets modern innovation. Because sometimes we feel like we're maybe a little bit too old school and we can't keep up with what's going on with the new, but sometimes we're doing too much of the new and we need to, take it back to basics sometimes. Bring it old school. So I want to bring up our moderator, Tanika Donnell. Tanika Donnell, sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, our panelists, we have Dora Andretti. We also have Alex Young. We have Brandon Scrivener. We have Nancy Salas.
Nice to meet you.
How's everybody this afternoon? Oh, y'all have to wake up. I'm sorry. I know you've eaten, but I know it was good. But again, I am Tanika Donnell. I am broker owner of TD Realty. I am so honored to be here. I love networking with some amazing people, and I see a lot of people in the room fit that bill. And I'm excited to be here to moderate this panel today. Are we missing someone? Yeah. All right, here she comes. Give her a hand. So this whole experience today is about elevating, okay? And so what we're going to do today is take kind of traditional ways that we've done things and can you modernize it? So our panel today is going to share some of their insights with you guys. So get out your notes, be ready to ask some questions. And I'm going to start the questions, okay? So could you briefly describe, we're just going to start here, okay? Can you share your background in real estate and what traditional and modern means to you in the context of what you do every day?
Hello everyone, my name is Gabriela, and briefly I'm from Venezuela. I meet my husband here and he presents me the real estate world. We start as investors, and when the COVID hit, he mentioned you need to get your license to sell our properties. So I focus in the Hispanic community, and I realized that the Hispanic community have a huge needs in commercial side too. So my husband got the license too, and we are right now investing residential and commercial side. For me, modern traditional real estate is all that activities that is face-to-face touch or connections. You know, open house, cold calling, door knocking, all that kind of stuff. But modern real estate for me is all that techniques and technology that leverage your work, as AI tools, virtual tours, virtual photos, all that kind of stuff. So it's our challenge right now.
Yes.
Mix both to grow our business.
Excellent. Okay, next.
Hi, my name is Donna Andrade, and I've been an agent for 20 years. Actually, last year I started my own team.
Congratulations.
And we also, so my team members are all my 3 children. So I birthed them, and then now I am training them how to be real estate agents successful. We also do investments. My husband and I started investing about 8 to 10 years ago. So we do investments, and the traditional and the modern, for me, traditional is about handshake.
Yep.
You know, keeping your word. If you're gonna do something, answering your phone at all times. It's very important for me when I call or text an agent and I can't get a hold of them.
Isn't that irritating? Yeah.
Very irritating. To be honest, I wish I could report them, but.
Okay, y'all, watch out now.
Well, see, you're trying to show a property and
Yeah.
they don't have showing time, they don't do broker pay, and it's like, come on, guys, you know, we've got to work.
Exactly.
I can't hunt you down. But handshakes, you know, when I started, it was posting a flyer. I mean, 20 years ago, we didn't have all these fancy Facebook posts and TikTok and
everything.
You know, everything that's digital right now. I mean, it scares me. Because, oh my God, AI, is that real or is it?
Well, thank God you have your 3 kids now, because I'll tell you how to do it. Yeah.
So basically, I am the older person in the team, and they do everything. They do all the videos, they do AI, they do everything. So I just sit back and relax. But I think that traditional is it's very important because it's all based on referrals. You know, back in the day, somebody would want to buy a house and they'd be like, hey, mom, who did you use? And now they don't care. It's like, who's famous on TikTok? Who are we going to go with? So but it goes hand in hand. I think that if you don't have the traditional way, you can't do it the modern way.
Okay, excellent. Love that. All right.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Dong. For me, I was born in Vietnam and I lived in the US for 12 years. This is my 6th year in real estate. I'm my partner, Charlie. We form a team called 618.
Okay.
We are a group of 9 agents right now. Our strength is production, customer relationship, team training, and team control. So I'm very happy to be here and would like to thank Marisa for inviting me for the panel today. For me, traditional and modern is very important in real estate. A lot of people told me, oh, this is old stuff, it's not gonna work, like open house, mailer, farming, but it's not too, just the way how you adapt to the current market. How you apply, combine with all the modern technology like AI, social media, video stuff. So it's very, very important for us to always learn, adapt to all the change on the market and improve ourselves. So that's what I think about traditional and modern.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
Hi, everybody. My name is Brandon Scribner. Appreciate it, Alex. That's teamwork right there.
Making the dream work.
Yeah, my name is Brandon Scribner. Happy to be here. Thank you, Marissa, for inviting me here. It's always nice to be in a room full of great people. For what it means for me, traditional versus modern. I mean, I've been in real estate for over 4 years now, so traditional and modern is kind of the same thing for me at some point, right? But it goes back to what you were saying, is traditional do the things we're supposed to do. If you're gonna say you're gonna do it, do it. If you're gonna take care of your clients, do it. Whether it's cold calling, mailers, open houses, do everything you can do, right? Because if you're not generating leads, then you're not gonna get any business. And I guess if you wanna put the modern side to it, it's gonna be social media, videos. Like before CNN, they never had videos. It was mostly you read a news article. But now to capture people's attention, you have to do some sort of video, right? I guess a piece of what I'm doing, like right now, I'm recording it all, like with my AI glasses. It's just
how cool is that?
Yeah, it's cool, but really, it's just like just do what you're doing and just document it. Don't think about creating it, because people want to know who you are. If they trust you, they're going to do business with you. If you're a person of integrity, then they're going to trust that.
And you're relatable.
Exactly. Like, what's in it for me? If they can see that you're a person that actually cares about what the end result is for them, then that opens the doors for a lot of business. Like, no pun intended. But hopefully that makes sense. Thanks, y'all.
Excellent. All right.
My name is Natalie Salas. Based in Chicago, my team expands to 3 countries. I do international real estate, specialized only in that for the last 4 years. So everybody said the traditional way. We all know that, calling, open houses, door knocking. But I think to me, the modern way is instead of one-to-one, one-to-many, and then you can take it to one-to-one once they know you. For us as in YouTube is our main channel, and that's how we get most of our leads through invitation. So a lot of our work comes from the research part. We in other countries, my team expands to Mexico, Spain, Dominican Republic, and they don't have any MLS there. So we're following the old way, still over there, bringing some tools from the US down, to other countries that are developing. But that doesn't mean that we don't have good opportunities. We need some creative education for it. So we still do traditional in every other country in the US. Here we're lucky enough to have all the tools, the CMA, you push a button in 3 minutes, you have a report. In Mexico, we have to do our CMAs by hand, and we have the developers give us different drives. We have to go inside the drive, pull every single document, put it together, and compare this one to that one, and it's very manual. So CMA can take us 8 to 10 hours per market. So once you create one, you put it in YouTube, explain every single step. So it goes from the manual, but takes a little more learning. So it's we work with both, but we need to understand the basics.
Very good. Okay. Well, thank you. Okay, so has everyone been on stage, been in real estate for at least 5 years? Everybody? Brand? Everybody's like, what?
Get in there.
Okay. So in the past 5 to 10 years, in your opinion, what has been the most significant change that has occurred in real estate? Anybody?
Hands down, the way that the buyers come. I had a buyer, had a CMA. I was like,
Oh, he had his already prepared for you?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to be very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
And the way that, education,
Mm-hmm.
continuing education is very important for me and my team, because you want to be the one in control.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want the buyer to be controlling you and telling you and showing you how to do your job.
Mm-hmm.
You're here to advise the best possible, learning the market.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that, the buyers are they're very knowledgeable now. And YouTube, every single platform, you can learn how to buy a home on your own.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
So I think that by hands down, that the knowledge that the buyers have.
Okay. Anyone else want to chime in?
Yeah, I would like to add something to Laura.
Yeah.
So I agree with you that for the last 5 years, the buyer and seller, they are more informed than ever.
Mm-hmm.
They have all the platforms and all the social media, YouTube, TikTok, Zero, Richard. They also have access to see the property. So maybe before they meet with you, they already done their research for the home. A lot of different things. So they expect knowledgeable agent. They also instant response. They also expect you to really have understand the market, understand the area that you're selling. It's not like this is the home, bedroom, bathroom. No, this is more than that. School district, the neighbor. So for the real estate agent, we all have to prepare ourselves and agree with team training is very important. That how you adapt to the current market, how you update the contract, how you know what kind of conversation you have with your buyer or seller is very important.
So I've been in real estate since 2014, and I will say hands down, if you do not have a platform where you are getting reviews, it used to be, I did mine on Zillow. If you don't have your Google presence, you're missing out. I think that's one of the things in the past 5 to 10 years that has really made a significant impact into your business. I'm gonna ask you guys, do you go anywhere without looking at reviews? Do you? I mean, I don't. I don't want to waste my money, right? Same thing for working with a professional real estate agent. They're going to research you. They're going to see if you've added value, how much expertise you have. So today, if you do not have a presence on social media or on a platform, start gathering your reviews today, because I think in the past 5 to 10 years, that's one thing that has significantly impacted my business, the ability to have reviews and make sure that you leverage those to your benefit, right? Okay. Conversely, guys, what's one old school real estate practice you still believe is effective that you must do on an everyday basis? Who's first?
For me, always call the people.
The personal call?
Personal call,
Okay.
personal touch.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, all the people are bombarded by technology, and not all the people are friendly or comfortable with that.
That's true.
And we in our careers always forget that someday you don't need to call one day. You need to be touched. You need to have at least 7 touch with a person in order that they will be ready to you, for doing business with you. So make a call, even if it's a friend. We focus only in potential leads, potential clients, but we totally forget our sphere, our friends, and they trust you.
Absolutely.
They are the best way to approach to a potential client. They always will put you in the best place with another person. So make a call. Say hey, not only because you are interested in sell by this year. No. Keep in touch. See, one thing that is really helpful, go through social media, see what they are doing, if they took a vacation or their birthday, and talk about it. Hi, I see that you went to Greece this summer. How is your family? Blah, blah, blah. And be in their minds and that they can refer you.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that.
So a phone call, handwritten notes, birthday calls, human connection. I believe that human connection is very important. It's not just about social media.
No, it can't be.
From my experience, I have my clients invite me to quinceañeras, baby showers, and I'm there.
That's
nice. It's like, where are we going this weekend?
Wherever.
Be ready.
Right.
We're going to go to a quinceañera or go to baby shower, weddings, and they remember that. They're so happy because you're there. Because they're, you are important to them with their best decision of their life. Buying a home
it's huge.
It's huge. So for you to show up and be there, I mean, I get people, my clients are like my friends, go to their funerals, I go anything that happens. But I've had people that have bought 10 homes from me from the same client. So,
Absolutely.
Just the human connection is very important.
Excellent. Okay, thank you. Alex?
Yeah, so for old schools thing, talk about open house. A lot of people told me it's wasting time. You've been there for 2-3 hours. It's not worth it. But I don't agree with it. The reason is just how you do open house, how you prepare for it, how you prepare to be ready for open house. Your attitude, you come to open house and you're ready to welcome people, to sell your listing, or you just have to be there for 2 hours. And then people come, welcome. It's no energy. How do you prepare for it? Sometimes you can add, you can lock up the labor. It's not just like convert buyer. Sometimes the people want to sell their home, they see your open house, they see how professional you are, exactly. Work with you. And also, why you take advantage of technology, doing the Facebook Live. Sometimes we have a solo open house, only 2-3 people show up, but doing Facebook Live, you have sometimes 200, 300 people watch it. The key is brand yourself, get your listing exposed, and get sold. That's all you can, right?
Right.
So
that's your job, right?
And make open house greater than before.
Very good. Thank you. Brandon?
I would say definitely call your folks, right? Don't be the agent that gets the closing. Thank you. Gets to the closing table and just forgets about your client, right? Because you've been with them throughout the entire time. It could be stressful times, it could be great times. Not every deal is the same, but don't forget about them. They trust you that much. So a simple phone call, hey, how are you doing? How's the family? How's the kids? Or whatever the case may be, care about them. And actually take notes and put it into your CRM. So that way when you call them next, you know exactly where that conversation picked up last. And for the modernized part of it, everyone's on social media these days, so they can see what you're doing, you can see what they're doing. It's all a conversation that you can have. So don't be afraid to call your folks, it still works. In a world of AI, social media, human touch is always going to win. So that's my 2 cents.
Okay, thank you.
Similar to what Aurora said, more especially the human touch or as in community events. A lot of that has to do with international trust because when you're buying some property abroad, you just need to connect with your lawyer or your realtor, but also your community, what it's like to be there. I mean, what's the neighborhood like if you're buying, especially when you're going to retire. So the community has been very important. We do real estate tours in different countries so people can understand the neighborhoods. They can go through, we go to Maya, that's my favorite. So we go, down what is each neighborhood like, in the neighborhood, what are the different communities, gay communities, golf communities. So these things are in person.
Wow.
So we bring people over together so they get to know each other, they get to talk to each other, we get future neighbors, and that usually brings more sales within one tour. Instead of just one person and doing one tour at a time, one per
That's a great idea.
So it's more community-based, whereas a relationship that continues, because that might not buy right
Now,
internationally.
but very good.
It's a longer market, it's like a 6 to 12 to 24 months before we do a sale. When somebody needs to make a big decision to go abroad. So that connection that we have has to be, it's not like, thanks for buying mine.
Right.
It's more like, how can we connect on how we move to this
Very
country,
good.
the city, maybe we can connect you with. So,
All right, well, thank you for sharing that. Okay, guys, we're going to transition a little bit because what is one of the number one things as a realtor you should be doing? You should be doing what? Lead generation, right? And client acquisition. So let's transition to this. For those of you that are leaning more on the traditional methods, what are your most successful strategies for generating leads and building your client base?
In modern?
Yeah, well, that's traditional. We're asking traditional, but if you just share.
Okay.
But we were just going to do traditional first, but you can share whatever you like.
Yeah. Well, for me, as I mentioned, it is called prospecting every time. But it's not only doing cold. It's everywhere that you go, you need to be a top producer agent, not top secret agent. You need to, even if you go to a coffee shop, you need to, hi, how are you? And at the end of the day, give my card. Take my card, And even I realized.
Do you give away all your cards? Is that like a goal? You know what I mean? Like you order 500 and you have 250 in your back pocket, I mean, in your desk?
For me, I have the QR code and my cell phone, and they can scan too. It's in everywhere you can, or even let it know, you know? Yeah, because it's, for example, the teacher of my little ones, they don't realize, and this week I only expressed that I am really tired, and she said, "What are you doing for a living?" And I say, "Oh, I'm a realtor." And say, "Oh, I need your car because you know my realtor go to California, and I really need a new one." So, is it the opportunity? Don't be shy. You can make it. You only need to present it to the people.
Very good. What?
I would say referrals are gold.
Very good.
Building relationships.
Yeah.
Staying in touch. I don't see my clients as just as a transaction.
No, not at
I
all.
see them as friends and family because they're going to be my abilities.
No doubt.
So just hosting community events. I do live in a small town, Decatur, Texas.
Okay.
If you ever have a client that wants to buy, you can always refer them to me. We do the homecoming parade.
Okay.
We build what is it?
A float?
I'm sorry. So we build a float and we make it with the theme depending on the school piece.
Nice.
Christmas, we do parades, we give out candy, we give out business cards.
So the community involvement is what's.
Community involvement, yes, we sponsor soccer teams.
Yeah.
We pay for their jerseys, our last name is on it, the team name, phone number. This year we did something different. We did the school magnets with the school calendar.
Ah, of course.
We were going to hand out 1,500 for Decatur and 1,500 for Bridgeport. Investing, marketing, that's my tradition. I understand that modern is Facebook, everything, but I also want them to know that we're there for the community.
That's good.
A death in the Rice County, they have a they're doing tacos to raise funds. My kids and I are there to support, to help, to serve.
That's great.
That's what we do.
Love it.
Right, seeing Gabby and Nora, they talk about traditional way. I would like to share about the modern way.
Please do.
Video. So video is key for our business nowadays. Everyone have phone, they see the video, TikTok, social media every day. The one project we did in the community called Riverside Community in Ghana. We spent $450 to make a video professional. So we showcase what floor plan of the builder they have to offer, what the amenities, swimming pool, jogging trail, playground. And then from that video, we didn't spend any money on running ads on Facebook. We just keep posting again and over again every week. And we sold almost 20 homes in that community.
Did y'all hear that?
Just from that video.
So that 450 kept giving.
Yeah. It's great investment.
I think that's pretty good.
We spend money to make money.
Yeah.
Pay more attention on video, you can do it raw, authentic, show yourself, but sometimes spend some money. Have a professional, hire a professional videographer do it for you, and you're gonna keep consistent and then create more business.
Can I share something?
Okay, sure, absolutely.
If you guys live in a small town like we do, we have what's called Wise County Messenger. And it's like a newspaper, it's a little newspaper, they have an update and they have a big platform on Facebook, but we do videos on it. We pay them, they come record our new listings. D.R. Horton came to Decatur, we were like, okay,
Yay.
So
Yeah.
we got 9 sales out of that video. 125.
Did y'all hear that? What? Where's Tarrant County?
It's Wise County where we're at.
Yeah, but-
Just that one video when they were gonna break ground, all 4 of us went and we recorded. We said, hey, there's a new not lower, but affordable home. Everybody's looking for the 300,000. We sold 9. So just get out there, guys. It's possible.
Very good. Wow, very good. You guys want to share anything on that?
My modern twist on the traditional methods, I do start incorporating newsletters. The newsletters I generate through AI. I send it to something called MailChimp. With MailChimp, what I like about MailChimp is I can see who's opened it, who's unsubscribed, how many times they engage with it. And I'm going, hey, you know what, that person seems very interested, I'm gonna make it a point this week to call them or text them. Something else that I do is a video CMA. I have a program called Bloom where I walk through the CMA and I send it to them, and it's personalized. Like, hey, they hear my voice, they see me on screen, they say, hey,
I love it.
what this is doing for me. It's helped me get listing appointments, it helps me get referrals, it helps me stay in front of the people that I help, and also they help me out as well.
Awesome, very good.
Bloom.
Bloom?
Bloom, L-O-O.
So two things. One would be the physical business card has kind of gone out of fashion, but I think it's very important because I don't know if it happens to you, but when I go to my working event, I have 100 tabs open of people I can scan. But if I have that as a business card, the physical one, I know how to follow up with them because sometimes you just close the tabs because there's so many open. Who's supposed to connect with? So that emphasis, have people scan your QR code, but at the same time, you pay your physical business card so you can remember you.
That's
and
true.
have something that you can follow up with. You have 20 business cards if you're a good realtor, you follow up with all of them. And the second one will be empowering your team, which will be traditional and new, on helping them be the showcase of the page also, because sometimes you cannot do it yourself, one person. But if we show our teams and train them as direct extension of you, they can speak like you or better markets. I think that's super helpful because then you're duplicating yourself. And it's something that see that they can grow on their own through video and through automation. Because I think when you're just one person doing all these things as a realtor, so without automation, I will lose my mind. You get so many Instagram messages and you lose track.
It can be overwhelming.
So, but also don't overdo it because if you have a bot replying to all your messages automatically, people will not engage with you anymore. You start to tag me and then you don't reply to what I ask you. So that overly doing it is also balanced and mitigated because you can lose that connection client or potential follower that you might do business with in the future because you automated that response and you can go back to it. Because it marks itself as red. So
Very
that's
good.
super important for me to always go back, but not automate too much, just automate based on like my chat on keywords, but not overdo it because my followers do. I'm always talking to your bot.
Right.
I don't talk to you.
Exactly. Has anyone on the panel experienced a shift in client expectations regarding how they want to be reached and served? What kind of shifts have happened in the last couple of years for you? Brandon, you want to start?
Since I came up over 4 years now in real estate, I came up in the COVID market, right?
Yeah,
So
sure.
handling the COVID clients, well, that sounds bad, but handling the times during the COVID times, like expectations were different. Back then, if you wanted to buy a house, you had to go right away. So communication was very, very fast. Like you had to explain everything through this like speed dating almost, right? But nowadays, I notice that you actually have to take your time and explain things maybe more than once, twice, 3 times, whatever, and actually feel what the client is having. It's a totally different time. Heightened emotions are heightened sensitive. You get what I'm trying to say, but
we got it.
I definitely noticed that shift on, and I have to catch myself. Like, wait a minute, what I was doing 2 years ago, 3 years ago is not going to work today. And I think that stands a lot in business, whatever you do. You always have to adapt. You have to see what the consumer is thinking. How do I get in front of that to deliver the best experience for them? Because at the end of the day, they're trusting us with one of the biggest assets of their life. I'm going to make sure I deliver on it.
Excellent. Anybody else? Nora, did you want to share something?
I think that, as a brother mentioned, the COVID changed a lot of things. And right now, I think that the most people really hate the unexpected call. And yeah, so yeah, it's a real so the clients, you need to keep in touch, but also you need to, all the people are very, they reserve their space, their own space. So you need to be in touch, but you need to try to analyze what your clients really like. If it's a phone call, it is a text, it's an email, but you can mix all of this and try.
And everybody's different. Yeah.
I think that we're on our time.
Yeah.
We can't push it.
No.
I feel like if you are too pushy, they'll go somewhere else. Give them their time. I'm seeing a lot of virtual showings. They don't want to get out of their homes. They just say, hey, will you FaceTime? Okay, you're 5 minutes away, but yeah, sure. So that's what I'm seeing.
Did anyone experience any challenges when the National Association of Realtors mandated that we get our BAC signed before we do anything? Did you guys have any issues or concerns with that?
Not really, just explain, hey.
How to do it?
You go to your job and for 40 hours
Absolutely.
a day, it's the same way. I just need you to sign this document saying that I'm gonna get paid.
Okay.
Yeah, for us, it was in commercial side, it usually, got that.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway. So, right now, the thing that you need to realize is explain this to your client.
Transparency,
And,
yeah.
transparency and say, hey, depending on the market you need or not, or that you are not, you don't need to pay, or you don't have the responsibility. But depending on the market, you need this or this. But at the end of the day, it's your choice.
Very good.
I have a different take on the international side because the international side has always been that way. And then when they say, oh no, the US is unincorporated, what we always believe in
Yeah.
Spain, Portugal, that you have to have this, you are working for your client, and sometimes the client has to pay you. So sometimes you're what they call a personal shopper, so you have to engage with your agent from the beginning. So now we're like, oh no, the US are coming up with tax that have the same, work around people in the same thing. Okay.
Alex, looks like you want to say something?
Yes, so I'm going to ask, because we probably, right now we have to sign the NAHREP before we show the property, so we take advantage of it. Sometimes, they come to you and, hey, I'm asking for rebate, asking for 1 or 2%, 1.5%, which is some different market. The buyer expects we as an agent give back our.
So, listen.
So we are really quick because we show them that, hey, now one person, we give you the money. We show this is the value.
Absolutely.
This is what we do. We try to get the commission from the other party, from the seller, from the listing broker to pay us commission.
Yes.
So why are you asking money from our end? So we take advantage of the buyer agreement to overcome that objection.
Very good. Well, can we have a round of applause for this amazing panel today? All right. Thank you guys so much. All right, we're trying to get a picture. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Another big round of applause for that. Amazing stuff, so much content, so much education. That's why I love these events because you learn so much, and honestly, I'm thinking about changing the way I'm doing my business because they're in my field. It's amazing content. That's why I love these business rallies. We do these every year, so if you want to get involved, please talk to the board of directors. If you want to be involved even deeper, talk to the board about joining the board of directors, because we're actively recruiting. We want new faces, we want new experiences, we want new mindsets. So we want you to get involved as a board of director to help us grow the chapter even more and to get more involvement from you as well. So please, if you want to get more involved, you want to learn how to speak, you want to learn how to talk, you want to know what we're doing and how we're gonna accomplish this mission, ask us, ask the board, so we can get involved. But next up, ladies and gentlemen, we're almost to the conclusion of our panel, of our event. And I have the distinct honor of inviting our keynote speaker back up on the stage to speak. And I have a little introduction that I made for him. I know Ben already talked a little bit on it. But he's a 35-year veteran of the real estate industry and has a familiar face to many. Broker owner of Mission Real Estate San Fernando, served as the 2012 NAHREP National President. He's also the esteemed position as the current president of the National Hispanic Construction Alliance, NHCA. Beyond his impressive resume, he's a passionate advocate for homeownership, economic empowerment, driven by his own incredible journey. He's also known for his powerful theatrical presentation, 53 Million and One, and one-of-a-kind production that shares his inspiring story from immigrant to entrepreneur. Please help me give a warm Texas welcome to a true champion of the American dream and a fellow mariachi, Gerardo Jerry Sensor.
Okay, let's close strong. A ver, Dallas, buenas tardes. Now, I know we've been sitting here for a while and we've been listening to some incredible information, some incredible speakers, lots of great material. So now it's time for us to stretch it even further. And speaking of stretching, I'm going to ask that everybody stand. Todo el mundo, póngase de pie. Póngase de pie. Open up your arms like this, like this. Stretch. Come on, Lisa. Stretch those muscles. Stretch those arms. And on the count of 3, I want you to go. Stretch. There you go. Take your hands out of your pocket. There you go. And on the count of 3, I want you to clasp your hands together. 1, 2, 3, go. Now hold them like this, right in front of you. Now look at your hands. There are only 3 possibilities. Either your right thumb is over your left is over your right, or your thumbs are side by side. Now, I kid you not, a recent university study showed that depending upon how you do this exercise, it to a great degree of accuracy describes your personality type. Let's see if that's true. Hold them like that. Who is right over left? Look, right over, now hold them like this, together, juntitos. Those are the expressives. They are the drivers. They serve in corporate America. They like being the boss. They like being the one that delegates. They like being on the edge. They like creating. I love it. Who's left side by side? Side by side? Okay, those are more the analyticals, very good with numbers, crunching, taking a look at problem solving, etc. Now, who is left over right? Raise your wrists, left over right. Those are the ones that think they're sexy. Okay. Open up your arms again. Open them up. And if you did left over right, do right over left. And if you did left over right over left, then do left over right. And those that are side by side, you can do whatever you want. 1, 2, 3. How does that feel? Weird, strange, different, wrong, new? Okay, take a seat. Some of what you guys heard today was strange, new, different, wrong. These are our same hands, our same fingers, but all we did is just do a switch around, and it's incredible the amount of discomfort that we can go through. As I shared earlier, and my comments, by the way, are going to be shorter, because I shared part of my story, thanks to Ben, that he accommodated me during that excellent. Where's Ben? Let's show Ben some love. Right over there. Thank you. But I want to ask this question. How many of you would like to have a better 2025 than 2024? Say aye. How many of you would want to have a better 2026 versus this year? Say aye. Okay, so I'm going to give you my 3 ayes. Those that are note takers, write down the first note. The first I is intentionality. Now, being intentional has been mentioned since early in the morning. And I just want to ask you this question. When you got up this morning, what was your intention? I mentioned to you that one of my original business mentors, Mr. Jerome, that inspired me in many, many ways, taught me very early in life, Jerry, work harder on yourself than you do on your business. There you go, on your job. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. That's why you guys are sitting here in the audience. You could be out there prospecting. You could be doing those fancy videos. You could be doing the AI thing. You could be doing all that. But no, you're here. I want to congratulate you because you're investing in yourself. The investment in yourself is going to give you the greatest return on investment than anything else that you can do. Work first on you before you work on anything else. Now, I flew in from Los Angeles, California, and you guys know that every time that you sit down, all the airline stewardesses and all those people get up here and say, should there be a loss in cabin pressure, what's going to happen? The masks are going to fall and drop right out of the ceiling. And if you are taking care of somebody, what are the instructions? First, put yours on. You did this with your hand right now. First, put one on your face before you try to take care of the person next to you. Wait a minute, but this is mi abuelita, my grandma, or mi mamá Maria, etc. No. First, put on the mask on yourself. Because if you are not good, you are not going to be good for anybody else. Now, I'm telling you, there are a couple of empty spots. Those people were destined to not be here, but you were destined to be here. Turn to the person on your right and say, felicidades. Say congratulations. Why? Because you're still in the room. The possibilities, yeah, give it up for that, Laura. Yeah. You're still in the room. You're still listening to the message. And you're going to get Jerry's 3 eyes. 1, 2, and 3. No. Okay. Intentionality, number 1. Here's the second eye. Write it down. Right there. The second eye is a double eye. It's called information and inspiration. Information and inspiration. Now today, I got a boatload of information. From AI, the new versus the old prospecting techniques versus the new ones, all this that's going on. That's all information. It's fantastic. But you know what I also heard today? I heard the Coming Campos talk about inspiration. I heard Lisa, that usually I come up in her testimonials, talk about inspiration. It was that day that I heard that message. That's the day that marked my career. That's the day where I changed it up for myself. That's the day when I said, I'm not going to settle for anything less. There is only one constant in life, and that is change. That is change. Gentleman came up right now to me and he said, what business books or what books do you recommend? I have a very short list that I like to talk about during my keynote speeches. And here's number 1. What's the best book on change that I have ever read? Write it down. Who moved my cheese? ¿Quién se ha llevado mi queso? Dr. Spencer Johnson. Dr. Spencer Johnson, in español. Who moved my cheese? Why? Because things are changing. I told you earlier, how did it all start? Remember I talked about the little payphone and the quarters? How many quarters in your pocket right now? How many quarters? 0. Exactly. 0 quarters right now. We're not in a quarter type of environment. Now everything is what? You touch it, you do the wireless payment, and so on and so forth. So are you stuck in the times of the quarters, or have you moved your business up to where we are today? Remember, Einstein's definition of insanity. Hooking in what? The same ingredients and expecting different results. Here's what I want you to walk away with as we close this wonderful business rally, this wonderful business organization, this empowerment educational program. Here's what I want you to walk away with today. What is going to create the biggest impact in my business? Everybody heard of the Pareto rule? Pareto rule? What do they call that? 80, 20. What does that rule say? What does the rule say? What does it say? 20% of will get you 80% done. You know where that came? So Mr. Pareto, Vilfredo Pareto, was an Italian economist that back in the early 90s when he was alive, he looked around and said, you know, most of Italy, 80% of Italy is owned by 20% of the people in Italy. And then he took it further and kept analyzing, and this is the message for you, the Pareto rule. This is the message for you. I assure you, how many people here have a database, a CRM? How many people in your CRM today? This is real estate. How many people in your CRM today? How many? How many? In your CRM, how many? You don't have a number? 25. Okay, how many in your CRM? 5,000. I have about 5,600 people in my CRM. So you've probably been in the business about the same time that I've been in the business. 5,600 people. Are they equals? No. He's saying no, they're not equal. Why are they not equals? Because of the Pareto rule. 20% of your client profile is going to give you 80% of the business. The other thing is, 20% of the activities that you do, prospecting, lead generation, etc., will get you 80% of the result. 20% of your team members. I own a real estate brokerage. And in my brokerage, let me be very honest, not all of them are batting at the levels of an A.T. Almeida. No. At my brokerage, I have people that are full-time, part-time, and no time. Blink if you're guilty. Now, some of you have coffees with these no times every morning, and they hang around and they fight for the last donut. Okay? You know what I'm talking about. Protect your heart if that's you. Okay? Hey, this is the day where that changes. This is the day where you say, you know, I walked into a business rally at the UTC, University of Texas in Dallas, and that day is the day that I heard a message saying, wait a minute, I think I'm settling for less than what I deserve. I think I'm growing at a capacity of less than where I should grow. I think I'm climbing up the hill less than where I should climb. But let me be real, everything that is worthwhile, everything that is worth accomplishing, everything that is worthy of an accolade is all uphill. Todo tiene trabajo. Todo tiene trabajo. Nothing comes easy. People ask me, well, Jerry, come on, you got here as an undocumented immigrant, as a kid, you know, etc. English wasn't your first language, and so on and so forth. You grew up in an apartment, you grew up living with family, with relatives, you grew up as a tenant. And then came the day when you wanted to go out there and give a message. They installed you as the chairman of the Hispanic Wealth Project. Wealth Project? This guy that grew up in 91331 in Pacoima, California, in El Barrio, right by the government subsidized projects. This guy? Yes. And I'm telling you that once again, not to impress you, but to impress upon you that it's possible. And more importantly, that it's possible for you. So I'll say this. We've heard of the old cliche, it's not what you know, it's what? Who you know, but I will add to that, it's who knows you. If you're an A.T. Almeida, you're a national iconic brand. Everywhere you go with your cowboy hat and your little slur and your little Texas drawl and your old, Brazilian accent and all that, it goes with you. And you become a bigger than life, type of individual. You see, that's his story. But let me be real with you guys. That's not you. So if you put on that Texas hat and you say, I grew up in Brazil also, and I was a PBR, and I've been out to the Bulls and everything, that story's not going to work for Joe Velasquez. That's not his story. But here's the beauty of it. Laura, you have a story. You can't borrow AT's story. You have to look for your own story. You have to look for your own story inside of you. Joe Velasquez, with you growing up right at the border and the double life and living in Mexico and over here, you have your own story. So here's what I'm calling you to do today. Look for the story inside you. Look for the music in your heart that has not yet been sung. And somebody mentioned mariachi. Yes, my entire family. We are all mariachi players. We all sing. We all perform. And including my youngest son that's standing right in the back of the room, that handsome, young, tall cowboy. Give it up for Mr. Adrian Asensio, who was a finalist, a contestant, and a contender on the first round of La Voz Kids, the Spanish version of The Voice on Telemundo. That's him right back there. Show him some love. Show him some love. But here's what I'm here to remind you of as we close this wonderful session. Here's what I want to remind you. Where is your dream? Did you get up this morning and realize that you have stopped dreaming? Or is this as good as it's going to get for you? Ask yourself that question. Is Jerry asking me to ask myself that? Yes, I'm asking you to ask yourself that question. Take a look inside. Are you satisfied with the status quo? If I would have been satisfied with the status quo, I would probably be living in an apartment on Willis Avenue in downtown Panorama City in the middle of the San Fernando Mountain. If I would have been satisfied with the status quo. So I'm challenging you and inviting you to let go of the status quo. I'm challenging you to take a good look at that person in the mirror and be honest with yourself and say, am I okay with what I see here? Am I okay with whatever level of education I achieve and that's in the mirror? Am I okay with my physical appearance and where I am today? If I look at my bank account right now and I do a tally sheet, am I okay with the number right there at the bottom? And I'm speaking to a group here of intelligent people. I'm speaking to a group of successful entrepreneurs. I am speaking to the elite. Give yourself a round of applause. Para ustedes. Give yourself a round of applause. Let me bow down to you guys. Okay? The most beautiful people in the industry, the Latino industry, Latino real estate professionals. And it doesn't matter what side of the sector you're on. That's why we're NAHREP, the National Association of Real Estate Professionals. We're not the National Association of Realtors. No, we're the National Association of Real Estate Professionals. Because if you're at the table and you're doing the closings and you're doing the title insurance and escrow, we have escrow here in Texas? No, there is escrow in Texas. Title and escrow, etc. It's an attorney state, etc. Whether you're doing that, whether you're doing insurance, homeowners insurance. I live in Southern California. You want to talk homeowners insurance in Southern California right now? You've seen what happened. You see where we are right now. Let me tell you this. We need you to advance our mission statement of advancing sustainable Hispanic homeownership. And there is a Latino family out there that's either going to grow up being a tenant, like me, or you are the ones that have the capacity to hand them their first set of keys. And whether it's with that program of Arrive Home and the equity sharing of 100% going back to them because they happen to not have a social security number, but these are people that are working hard in America, paying taxes and being employers. Give it up for them. Yes. Thank you for not closing the opportunity on those people. And yes, it'll be titled under the Tule River and all this other, the Indian tribe and all that. But they have a hope one day that they're going to refinance out of that loan and grab that equity, grab that pay down of the principal balance, grab that equity appreciation, etc. Do not rain on people's dreams. Do not tell people this cannot be done. Do not tell people you do not fit in this very small box. Open up the opportunities. Because that's what makes you different than everybody else that's out there. Members of the National Association of Realtors. You are members of NAHREP. And you have to advance that goal of sustainable Hispanic home ownership. Give that some love. Claro. So I told you I was going to just refer a couple of books. The first one I already mentioned, and that was what? Who Moved My Keys? ¿Quién se ha llevado mi queso? Now, who already read it? Okay. Here's what I invite you to do. Those of you that already read it, read it again for the first time. Now, listen to that second part. It's not to read it again. It's to read it again for the first time. Who are you identifying with, Laura, inside the maze of life? Are you Sniff? Are you Scurry? Are you Hem? Are you Pop? Are you at New Cheese Station N? Or are you still stuck in your old ways? Where are your running shoes? Are they on your feet? Are they on your neck? Or are they in the closet? Now, if you don't understand anything I just said, you need to read the book. You need to read the book because it will give you an identity of where am I today? How am I reacting to change today? How am I reacting to old school versus new school today? How am I reacting to the fact that we have not had a decrease in interest rates today? How are we reacting to all of those things? That's going to teach you something. So first, we need to work for that money. We need to work for that money. That's why my parents came here. They didn't leave Zamora, Michoacan because they didn't like the flavor of our salsas and the flavor of our corundas and our tamales and our gorditas and our sopes and our menudo. They didn't leave because of that. They left Michoacan, Mexico in search of a better life for me, for my brother, and for my 3 younger siblings that were born here, anchor babies here in the United States of America. And let me tell you, let me be very clear. Yeah, you can give it up for that. You can give it up for that. But let me be very clear. Dad did not come here for the free government cheese. He never took one slice of that free government cheese. Dad did not come here to get free Section 8 and have somebody else pay for their rent. That's not why Dad came here. Dad came here to really put sweat on his brow and work extremely hard, hours on a day, and then at night, by the way, I told you guys he used to work at the top of his career. That's as much as he ever achieved. He was a worker at General Motors on the auto factory, but that wouldn't be enough. He would then go home, and Mom and Dad would make a side business. They'd make 300 Mexican burritos. They'd pack them in the coolers, and Dad would show up the next morning, beep, 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 before that cycle would run, and he would sell those burritos to all the people at General Motors. That was an entrepreneur. Yeah, give it up for that. Bravo. That was an entrepreneur. That was a person that said one day, I want to work for myself, and he did. Once the General Motors closed and they offered to move to Michigan, Detroit, all these other places, no, I'll stay here in Southern California and keep raising my family. That's an inspiration, guys. Find the inspiration in your life. So I said number one, the first I, intentionality. Number two, it's information and inspiration. We can give you all the decks, we can give you the copies of everyone's PowerPoint, we can give you all the links, we can give you everything. That's the information. But if you don't see it inside, and in here, in the gut, aquí, in el estómago, if you don't feel the inspiration to say, this is the day I made change in my life, then it's all going to go out the window. Find something that inspires you. Find something that is worthy of creating passion in your heart. Find something that will drive you and get you out of bed in the morning and keep you burning that midnight oil late into the night. Find something that will protect your heart when you get rejected on prospecting and cold calling and door knocking. Find something that will keep you focused and straight. Because without that passion, we're not going to get very far. Now, you made a little money. Now you got your little piece of success. You got a little nest egg right there. Now it's time to take it to the other level. Level one, you work for money. Level two, you have money. What? Work for you. I said it earlier. You have money, work for you. Now you accumulate a little bit of an amount. Now, how can I get these slaves to go out and reproduce to make more slaves? How can I get these soldiers to multiply so my army of soldiers can get bigger? I have a book for that. Here's my recommendation. Write it down. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon. The Richest Man, El Hombre Más Rico de Babilonia, by George Clayson. Now, we have Merrill Lynch up here. We have financial advisors up here. We have people with great knowledge. But if you want to dumb it down to the very lowest common denominator, then you want to read The Richest Man in Babylon. Because there, you will find how many cures? Does anybody know? How many cures to a lean purse? The 7 cures to a lean purse are right there in The Richest Man in Babylon. Now, it's a book. It's about that thick. It's about that big, little tiny book that's going to change your life. So regarding change, who moved my cheese? Now you make a little bit of money. Now you want your money to work for you. The Richest Man in Babylon. Now you want balance. The next thing you want is balance. For me, the most important thing in my life are my 3 wonderful kids. My wife back at home. One of them is right here. Each one better than the other. The second one the middle one just got married last week. He tied the knot. He's a professional mariachi player with the world-renowned mariachi Sol de Mexico de Jose Hernandez. He's a composer, an arranger, a vocalist, and a guitarist. Nominated for 4 Grammys, and he just released one of his own songs, composition written by him, with Lupita Infante, the granddaughter of the great and late Pedro Infante. That deserves my applause. That's what's important for me. That's what keeps me up late at night. That's what drives me out of my bed early in the morning. So you need to find information and you need to find inspiration. And here's the last I. And I heard it today. I think it was Eric. The last I is involvement. Get involved. Get involved. Now, Jay, are you speaking to me? Yeah, I'm speaking to you. Of course. Ben said, is it okay that I'm African American? He used the word, using his word, negrito. We love negrito. Come on, Ben. We love negrito. Come on, show us some love back now. I don't care what the color of your skin is, Ben. I don't care if you can't roll your R's. I don't care if you can't say, suelta la chalupa. You know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for a little space in your heart for my people. If you have a little tiny space about that big in your heart, that you want to advance my people, my familia, my customers and clients, then you deserve a shot and I'm going to do business with you. That is the beauty of NAHREP. Give it up for Ben on that. So the last thing, get involved. Get involved. You want to make sure that you are top, that you're in that top 10%. You want to make sure that when opportunity strikes, you're in the room. Where's the lady with the in the room? I love that. I'm going to quote that all over the nation. Are you in the right room? If you're in the wrong room, move to a bigger room. This is a good room, but there's a bigger room. Washington, D.C. And then there's a bigger room. San Diego, California. And September the 18th through the 21st, where 6,000 like-minded people get there. But then I go back to Jerry's eyes. You need to be intentional. Don't hang around with the same people that you came from Dallas, Texas. As nice as they are and as nice as you are, they're not going to buy from you. So you have to make new contacts over there so you can pick up the phone. Where's that commercial broker with the referral fees? I love referrals. If you guys don't know, you need to become a NAHREP Platinum member. If you guys don't know, you need to join the NAHREP Platinum Referral Network, where there's business being transacted. You see business money flying back and forth across county lines and across state lines. That's where the money is at, and that's where you can grow. And then finally, I just want to say, God will never be outdone in generosity. So the more you give, the more you get. The more you give, the more you get. The more you give, the more you get. As long as you're not doing it with the intention of it boomeranging back. Because the guy upstairs, he's a lot smarter than that, okay? If he knows that your heart is not there and that you have second intentions, it's not going to work for you. But if you come wholeheartedly and you pour out of your time and your talent and your love to all my beautiful NAHREP familia, you will get nothing back but success. Success and success. In business, in life, in health, in family relationships, and you'll hang around with the sexiest, most beautiful people in all of Southern California. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure to come speak to you in Dallas. My name's Gerardo Terry Asensio. God bless you all, and we'll see you in San Diego.
Jerry, can you talk about Avanza a little bit? I know you not. Can you give a little bit what you put?
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody, as you mentioned, we do have a national conference coming up in September. And the best way to do it is to go to your local chapters and buy bundles. So if you're interested in coming, reach out to us. We have tickets for you at discount. So can you give us a little tidbit of what might be coming? Who do we have as a special guest speaker?
The big lame guest speakers are going to be announced next week. I can't let that cat out of the bag yet, but I'll tell you this. World-class speakers, 100%. Breakout sessions, 100%. The biggest problem you're going to have is which of the sessions do I want to attend? Are you the old school versus new school? Are you the AI? What of that interests you? And for those of you that have relatives that are in construction, and some of your clients, half of the couple does construction, the other half does real estate. Those type of couples, bring them to San Diego, because now the National Hispanic Construction Alliance is going to have their big conference inside of NAHREP. So that tent just went another 10,000 feet over that way, and it's going to be able to cover you all.
We also have Próximo as well, speaking about sports. So if you love sports, last year I actually got to meet a lot of people from the Dallas Mavericks there. So that was an incredible experience right there in itself. So.
Who likes sports right here? Make some noise if you like sports. Okay. Okay, you gotta go there. Próximo is super hot. If you like basketball, if you like all the big name sports, and you're a sports buff, this is how you can take your husbands as well. If they're not in the business, send him to the sports track and you get into the business track, or vice versa. Okay?
We had several Yankees players there. We had gold medal Olympians there. We had so many people that were there. I was just so incredibly impressed with the talent that we have there.
And one last thing I'll say before I come off stage. Sometimes Gary will have me jumping from one stage to another, going from one of the big halls to another. If you see me anywhere in San Diego, I'm never too busy to stop, to give you a NAHREP hug, so hermano Gerardo Jerry Asensio, to take a picture and a selfie that you can then post and say, hey, I'm working on my business, I'm working on me, not on my job. I'm in San Diego, look who I'm with, etc. And hopefully that sends the message that you're not satisfied with the status quo. God bless you all, Dallas!
So we do have a giveaway with Always Mortgage. So you gave them your cards, and you have to give them your cards given to them right now, because we're about to do a raffle for the smoothie machine. Margarita machine.
Smoothie for your kids and grandkids. It's amazing.
You do have to be present to win, so if someone's not here, they missed out. So give them your card.
Hey, you want to do a really fun open house? Bad boy, when you do an open house. I'm telling you, that would be fun. We had an open house that was not your average litter, and we had not. All right. You want to draw?
Yeah, I'll draw. Last chance.
Hold on, let it out.
You have to be present to win.
May the odds be ever in your favor, people. Real quick, you won't be creepy because I do that. Okay.
Here we go.
And you do have to be present, so if we pull something and you're not here, we're pulling it out.
Judy Garcia. Love property.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Right, we expect an invite for the first margarita, right?
All righty, before we get out of here, we want to give a appreciation. First of all, we want to give appreciation to the Dallas Board of Directors for putting this together. So everybody give them a round of applause. Once again, all of our sponsors. And let's give a special shout out to Sarah Doobie, who provided this excellent location for us to do this. And we want to give you a special thanks, Sarah, for taking care of us today. So everybody give her a round of applause for this. We're going to talk a little bit about going to San Diego. I think Jared took care of that wonderfully. But one thing we like to do is support the Latino community. And I want to plug an event. It's going to be September 12th. It's called Viva de Mexico. It's going to be in Decatur, September 12th at 6 p.m. Let's go support the communities and let's go support our Latino people. And now, let's pass this over to Claudia.
Right before you leave, guys, just want to thank everyone again for coming out. Our annual, our exhibit, and our table sponsors. Thank you so much for being here today. And if you would like to get involved, please come see me and become a board member or a member for NAHREP Dallas. Thank you.
Everybody graduates, talk, experience, be attentive. That concludes our event, so thank you everybody for coming. Have a safe drive, and you're welcome to hang out and network. Thank you.